playing football here at the corner of Lincoln and Harrison Streets in the borough of Homer City since 1946. And I can't imagine we've had a better night for football than we have here this evening. It is picture perfect as we welcome you to our ITT pregame show on WCCS and on Renda Digital TV as the West Shamokin Wolves come hunting for their first victory against the Homer Center Wildcats, who come off of a come-from-behind victory 20-14 last week at Conemaugh Valley. Homer Center will be looking for their second win in a row for the first time since opening up the 2022 season with back-to-back wins. The Wolves are 0-6, Wildcats 1-5. We've had some great games between these two teams over the years. We have a jam-packed ITT pregame show for you that will include picking up the ceremony of the 50th anniversary and the reunion of the 1974 team, Ron Coleman's ball club. That will come up at about 6:40 or so if things time out well here on our ITT pregame show. You'll hear from Wolves' first-year head coach, Mr. Phillips of the Phil Parks, I should say, of the West Shamokin Wolves, and Greg Page of the Homer Center Wildcats, the starting lineups, keys to the game, and much more. But first, we're going to take you on a trip around the Heritage Conference, and then Ward Hilliard will join me on set as we continue with the ITT pregame show. Jake Slobotnik, trip around the Heritage Conference brought to you by Repine Travel. For all of your travel needs, if you have something in the planning stages, include Repine Travel. They can help you out. Coming back with Ward Hilliard as we continue right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
We've entered the month of October, and things are really starting to heat up for the Heritage Conference as we enter Week 7 of the IRMC high school football season. Hi everyone, I'm Jake Slobotnik, bringing you this week's trip around the Heritage Conference presented by Repine Travel LLC, where your next adventure is just a click away. Once again, we lead off with our U92 Heritage Conference game of the week, which features Marion Center traveling to Commodore to take on Purchase Line. Both teams are coming off sizable losses last week, Marion Center to Northern Cambria and Purchase Line to River Valley. Join Todd Marino and Tony Cacagna to find out who rebounds on U92.5 FM and online at U92radio.com. Meanwhile, River Valley will head to Tom Musick Stadium for the first time in school history to take on Conemaugh Valley. The Panthers have won their last 5 games and have allowed 6 or fewer points in each of their last 3. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays are still searching for their first win, and an upset against River Valley at home would shake up the Heritage Conference in District 6 rankings. Join Chuck Clark and I for all the action on Cat Country 106.3 FM and CatCountry1063FM.com. Homer Center looks to make it 2 wins in a row when they host winless West Shamokin at Memorial Field tonight, while this year's Wildcats look to take care of business on the field. Members of the 1974 championship Wildcats team will be honored during the night. Join Mark Burdig and Ward Hilliard for all the night's festivities on WCCS, WCCSradio.com, and Renda Digital TV, presented by the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Other games this week feature Northern Cambria facing off with Penns Manor on the road, United Valley traveling to Portage, and Cambria Heights putting their undefeated streak on the line against the Conemaugh Township Indians in Davidsville. Friday night will be jam-packed with gritty matchups, so be sure to recap all of the action Saturday morning with Todd Marino and Ward Hilliard on the Luther Ford Coaches Corner program, airing from 8 to 10 on WDAD and WDADradio.com. That's all for this week's trip around the Heritage Conference presented by Repine Travel LLC, where your next adventure is just a click away. Visit repinetravel.com. I'm Jake Slobotnik, and I'll see you next week on the trip around the Heritage Conference.
Ready for your next adventure? With Repine Travel, unforgettable memories are just around the corner. November 10th to 16th, immerse yourself in the excitement of Branson, Missouri. Or get swept up in the holiday magic of New York City, December 8th to 10th. And mark your calendars for October 2025. Set sail on a no-fly Islands in the Bahamas cruise aboard the luxurious Symphony of the Seas. Relax and explore the islands like never before. A big thank you to everyone who voted Repine Travel the best travel agency in the best of Indiana County. Book now with
Into our S&T Bank broadcast booth, People Forward Banking, S&T Bank. Ward Hilliard joining me on our ITT pregame show. Ward, the 9th all-time meeting between the two schools. The teams are tied in the series 4-4. West Shamokin has won the last two meetings. Tough one last year for Homer Center, 27-24. And before that, in 2022, right here, that crazy game on the Hail Mary pass and a 56-50 West Shamokin win. So the Wildcats will try to break that streak. It's interesting how this thing has gone since 2016. 2 wins for the Homer Center Wildcats, then 2 wins for Shamokin. 2020 and 2021 went to Homer Center. Past 2 years, as I just mentioned, to West Shamokin. You know, they're looking for their first win, but they've played arguably one of the toughest schedules out of the gate. They have played Conemaugh Township, Penns Manor, Northern Cambria, Marion Center, United Valley, and Purchase Line. They lost all of those games, but they're getting a couple of linemen back from injuries, and they have a freshman quarterback that I'm intrigued with in watching some video of these two teams. Cole Wingard, he's a freshman, good size, about 6 foot, 175, and the Wildcats will start their young quarterback, Carson Arone, who had a good game last week. Oh, hold on, Ward. I got to get up on. There we go.
Yeah, they've had good quarterbacks out there for the last several years, but this is the first time I can recall they had a freshman starting, so he's going to be a factor, and that's someone that the Homer defense needs to get after right away since he is a freshman. I don't know if it's his first start, but it'll be one that they could affect if their defense can play that as well as they did the second half last week.
Homer Center gave up 14 points in that win over Conemaugh Valley. It's the first time they gave up 14 or fewer, and it was exactly 14 since the season opener of last year. Both of these teams have really struggled on the defensive side. West Shamokin allowing 359 yards of offense to their opponents. The Wildcats a tick below that at 344. Wolves are allowing 38.9 points a game. The Wildcats about 32 points a game.
Don't win many games doing that, do you? And that pretty much plays out. Both of them are going to be fighting hard here tonight, though, because it's a game that they both feel they can win. And so it's kind of an even-Steven kind of situation. Wildcats, though, got a little bit of momentum from last week. Let's hope it carries over for them.
The Wolves have lost 8 games in a row dating back to last year, so it's now them that they have the longest losing streak in the conference. Their last win came against
Homer Center.
Homer Center. All right, when we come back, you're going to hear from both coaches, starting off with the first-year head coach. He's been with the program for a number of years, last 5 as offensive coordinator, and now taking over the West Shamokin program, Phil Parks, and then we'll follow that up with Greg Page, and then we'll get to the ceremony honoring the 1974 Wildcats back in town, many of them coming a considerable distance. We'll tell you all about that as we move forward on the ITT pregame show on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Are you looking to improve the water in your home? When you think of better water, think H2O Restoration. Discover how H2O can give you and your family clean, quality water throughout your home. For your free water analysis and consultation, and to see how H2O can help you improve your water, give them a call at 724-354-3222. Experience the difference that clean water can do for you and your family with H2O Restoration. 724-354-3222.
For over 90 years, the Graff name has been synonymous with insurance in Armstrong County and the surrounding area. With over 30 insurance brands, the Graff Agency specializes in customizing your insurance to fit your needs. The John F. Graff Insurance Agency offers insurance and related services in personal, business, life, accident, health, government, bonds, and investments. Stop in today and let them give you a quote, or give them a call and let them do your shopping for you. Proud supporter of West Shamokin Athletics.
Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
WCCS. Our ITT pregame show from Memorial Field continues, and as promised, we have first-year head coach Phil Parks of the West Shamokin Wolves. And, Coach, not the start you were looking for as a first-year coach, but I'm sure you've seen some incremental improvements as things have moved along.
Oh, absolutely. Again, the results on the scoreboard haven't been where we wanted them to be, but we have seen a lot of growth and improvement. From a team with limited experience coming into the year and a younger roster, we're pushing each day in practice to get better each day and get better at what we do and improve upon what we're doing. Each and every day in practice, and try to we've seen glimpses on Friday nights, we've seen glimpses in games. It's just the consistency that is not there yet where we need it to be to compete at a level on Friday nights. But kids are bringing tremendous energy and effort and working their butts off to improve. So I can't commend them enough on that.
With an eye toward the future, you've turned to freshman quarterback Cole Wingard, and what little bit of video I've seen, he appears to be a pretty athletic young man.
Yes, Cole's doing some really nice things there behind center now. He is a nice athlete. He did a great job in the off season of working on his body, getting his body varsity ready, and now he's getting lots of experience out there. And again, him like the others, he's shown glimpses at times, and it's good. It's just about establishing some more consistency with him and our entire team.
Coach, like your opponent tonight, Homer Center, defensively it's really been a struggle for your team, hasn't it?
It has been. Pairing with that, our offense has done them no favors, that we haven't been able to consistently move the ball and keep them off the field for much time. So that's kind of been gone hand in hand. And again, youthful roster with limited experience, the tackling hasn't been where we want it to be, but again, we're continuing to work on that as much as we can, and we're trying to get them better each week, and hoping for improvements.
Tonight, Homer Center here at Memorial Field, they've been struggling, although they did get into the win column last week. At Conemaugh Valley, they've had a lot of injuries. I know you've had some injuries and a couple of players maybe that have left the team. So I would think that from your end, in all fairness, you're looking at this game and next week too against Conemaugh Valley as nice opportunities for your young team.
Oh, absolutely. Greg's going to have them ready to go. That's I know they've been through some injuries here and whatnot, but he gets the best out of his kids, and what he's got, he's going to have them ready to play football. And we got to make sure we're doing that on our end. It's going to be a tremendous atmosphere. It's always a great Friday night football atmosphere when we get on to Homer. So we are looking forward to that opportunity. But we have to make sure, we get one more night. We are ready to roll going in there.
What's the biggest keys for you?
Just control what we can control. Just improvement on offense and consistency. Let's sustain drives. Let's stay ahead of the sticks. Hold on to the ball, and then defensively, we got to get after it a little bit more. We can't. We really want to make sure we tighten some things up assignment-wise, and then just go play football. So it's really just we've obviously watched a tremendous amount of Homer film and prepared for what they do, but at the end of the day, we got to control what we can control each play.
Phil, I appreciate you doing this. I know you've been around the program for a good number of years, and there's better days ahead. We wish you the best of luck against Homer Center.
Hey, thank you very much, Mark.
Coming up next, Homer Center head coach Greg Page joins us when the ITT pregame show continues here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150 at Luther Ford. At Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150 4x4 XLT Super Crew full hybrid and save up to $12,000. Or buy a new 2024 Ford F-150 Super Duty 4x4 XLT Super Crew and save up to $8,000. Wow! And everyone qualifies. Luther Ford with 2 locations and twice the inventory. The savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Hi.
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
More choices and more savings at Walbeck Insurance. 479-9378. 479-9378.
Welcome back to Memorial Field as our ITT pregame show continues with head coach Greg Page, brought to you by Walbeck Insurance, founded in 1934, proudly serving the home insurance, car insurance, and business insurance needs of the greater Indiana County area. More choices, more savings at Walbeck Insurance. Coach, last week felt good to get back into the win column, and despite falling behind, I thought your kids showed resolve and some character in coming back and snatching that victory.
Yeah, I think they did too. I mean, I expected Conemaugh Valley to bounce back from their previous couple games where things didn't go well, and they were playing at home. It was a longer trip for us, a dreary night. We did get behind, in the first half, and then got to be 14-7 early in the second half. But we turned it around. That's a tribute to our kids and our assistant coaches. We needed a win. We got it. Now we got to try to build off of that.
I could almost see it in the body language of Braden Dunn. He was just going to somehow will the team to victory, and I thought he was obviously a key component to that victory.
He was. He's a key guy for us in so many ways. I mean, you see what he does offensively. We've moved him around, out of necessity. Now we've put him in different positions, and now in the backfield with the injuries we've had. He's a return guy. He plays defense. He's a leader. I mean, he's the kind of kid that you can tell is just I think he felt like enough was enough.
Your young quarterback, Carson Arone, showed me something, a couple of opportunities maybe that he left on the field, and I know Carson would be the first to own up to that, but I liked the way he bounced back from adversity on that touchdown drive that pulled you within a point.
Yeah, the thing with him is he's a battler. He's a young kid, and the whole idea there is we've been waiting for him to kind of just continue to develop. We knew it would happen. And Braden, like he has the last couple of years, has bailed us out at the quarterback position several times over the last 2.5 to 3 seasons. We felt like moving forward, this was a good matchup with, getting Carson more reps at QB and and Braden at running back, and even in our receiver looks as well. But he did. He missed a couple passes early, and of course it's glaring because the guys were really open. But then he came back. He made a couple nice throws. He really battled with his feet running the ball. I mean, he was able to get extra yardage, him and Braden both. And that was a key thing when you can extend runs and get first downs.
Tonight, the 50th anniversary of Ron Coleman's great 1974 team, and they're going to be here, many of them. Enjoyed dinner with you yesterday, your post-walkthrough practice meal that's always provided, and they were part of that. They were the Indiana County champions back in '74, Western PA Conference runner-up, which was a pretty big deal back in the '70s. So one of the great clubs, and I really don't think there's any area school that has the history in football that Homer Center has with the 4 District 6 championships. You were part of 2 of those, and I think it's really great what's done to honor the past and the rich tradition of Homer Center football.
I agree. I mean, you talk about down through the years, and Coach Coleman's one of the great coaches here, maybe the best throughout our history. But you go back even before him, and then after him, before him with Buff and a few guys, and then Coach Faust. And, so the thing of it is, it's like these teams, they need to be honored. And it was 10 years ago we got them before, but 50 special. 50 years is special. Around 30 guys at the meal. That was really, really cool to see and get to talk to those guys. I know some of them personally. It's an honor to know some of them. I mean, they're guys that, really forged a way and paved a way. And I know they had that one blemish on the record to Ligonier, but overall, one of his tremendous teams.
Well, a tremendous guy, coached back then, still coaching with you, Gene Raymond. What has he meant to Homer Center football through the many years?
I mean, he was AD when I got the job, an assistant principal, and he helped out a little bit. And then when he retired, I said, hey, why don't you come on board? And he said, yeah, I'll help for a little bit. Well, you know how that goes with some guys. Of course, with him, you get in knee deep, and he's just been incredible. I honestly don't know what we would do without him. He's ageless to me. The way I know he had a little medical thing a few years ago, and I thought, well, maybe he won't come back, but he did. And so he's ageless, and he's just great with our kids, especially our linemen. They respect him. Like I told you earlier, I think there's a little fear there, which is not a bad thing sometimes. And, I've always told him, as long as I'm going to stick around, I said he needs to stick around.
Great guy. West Shamokin, the opponent tonight, they're 0-6. They've given up a lot of points. They've, like you, turned to a young quarterback and freshman Cole Wingard, watching a little bit of video. Appears to be a pretty athletic kid. What do you see from him and the Wolves overall? I like him. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed he was a freshman after watching him play the last couple weeks and then looking at the roster. I think he handles himself with poise. He's got some nice size. I think he's listed around 6 or 6'1" and 175, which is nice for a freshman. And they're huge around him. I mean, their line, I think 2 of those tackles are definitely over 300 pounds. Gervasoni, if I'm pronouncing that right, has been a stud this is a 3rd year going now, and he's only a junior. They have some big skill people, kids, and they'll really come at you. I mean, that's the thing. We have to be ready for a physical battle. I know they're 0-6, but they don't look 0-6. I can tell you that right now. And they're become maybe more of a north-south team and maybe a little east-west with the quarterback who likes to get out on the edge, but a different look than what I'm seeing in the past. Yeah, they'll do a little bit of everything. I mean, earlier in the year it was a lot of double tight, and they'll come at you a little bit more. With this kid now, they're spreading things out and running some counter tray and things like that to try to get their backs, kicked out and get them to the edge. And the quarterback will scramble. I think he throws a nice ball too. It's just a matter of he does make you defend more of the field. You'll get some good injury news tonight. Senior Eli Butterly, 5'11", 228-pound lineman, going to return from a broken fibula, maybe in a limited basis, but I admire his want to get back. It's exactly how I was going to put it. I think this is just now coming up on the 5th week, and he was working some last week. I'm proud of him for really trying hard and gutting it out to get back, and we'll try him. I mean, that's the thing, probably more one way, but he's working hard. He deserves that opportunity. He was clearly our leader on the line, coming into this year, and he really was last year too. So anything we can get out of that situation these last several weeks is going to be gravy to me. So I hope he's able to withstand it because he's been one of our best workers. Osha Maratita was hurt late last week. Will he play tonight?
Yes, he will.
One of your all-stars has really been Trainer Bob, hasn't it?
We got to give Trainer Bob, I'm glad you brought that up. We got to give him some publicity. The thing about Bob is it's been a year where he's kind of been bombarded with all of our injuries, and he's handled it well. But the biggest thing about Bob is he diagnoses something on the sideline or even in practice, and he's usually right. I mean, I don't want to call him, give him doctor status or anything like that. It'll probably go to his head, but he's very, very knowledgeable. And we completely trust any things, that diagnosis he makes or decisions he makes.
Coach, an opportunity to make it 2 in a row tonight here at Memorial Field. Good luck.
That would be a great thing, especially with the with the alumni here tonight, and hopefully it's a special night.
Head coach Greg Page is always brought to you by Walbeck Insurance, and we'll continue on our ITT pregame show with a look at the starting lineups, keys to the game, and we'll try to pick up some of the ceremony just prior to kickoff with that 1974 team. That and more as we continue right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
Hi. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar to new heights. Voted Best Social Club and Best Sportsman's Club in Indiana County 2024. The club is proud of their newly remodeled bar area and is excited about the new air purification system that has been installed, the same technology that area casinos use. New large screen TVs, flooring, skills games, and more. Pizza nights every Thursday and Friday during Wildcat season. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go!
Let's go Wildcat! Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
Before we get to the keys to the game and also the starting lineups, a special ceremony here tonight at Memorial Field honoring the 1974 9-1 football team.
Fans, prior to tonight's game, we have a brief ceremony as we recognize the 50th anniversary of one of Homer Center's greatest teams. Here's the voice of the Wildcats, Mark Burdick.
Thank you, Chris. This is certainly an exciting night here at Memorial Field as the Homer Center School District and our present-day student and student-athletes welcome back alumni who have had such a profound impact on our football program, the most successful football program in Indiana County. Until 2013, when the District 6 champion Wildcats shattered all sorts of school records, the 1974 team was the highest scoring team in school history with 312 points. The 74 team had 3 of the area's top 4 scorers, led by Joe Mucci, Joe Supko, and Tony Piccolini. Add Kevin Anderson, and the Wildcats had 4 of the top 6 scorers in the region. It was a powerful football team, and defensively they allowed only 79 points all season long. It may be the only team in Indiana County history where every offensive and defensive starter was named a Greater Indiana County Region first team, second team, or honorable mention in the All-Star voting. Yesterday, several of them had dinner with our 2024 Wildcats after practice, and just about an hour ago took a trip down memory lane, walking 2 blocks down Wildcat Alley with this year's team, just like they did 50 years ago under their fiery head coach Ron Coleman. Sadly, several members of that great team have passed away, and we will honor and remember them as we move forward. Also forming the tunnel are cheerleaders, band majorettes, and color guard, and we remember those who have passed, including Cindy Zach Stewart, Gloria Succiarelli Hilty, Bob Garanzi, and Mary Kay Kelly. and we welcome former members of the Color Guard, cheerleaders, and even homecoming queen Karen Morrow Krajosik back to Memorial Field. As far as that 1974 team, first let's meet the coaches. He coached from 1969 to 1979, compiling a 67-34-2 record, and was a longtime faculty member too. How about a round of applause? Let's welcome him back. Head coach Ron Coleman. Assistant coaches. He was an assistant coach in 1974, and 50 years later, he's still giving back to our program. He's truly a Wildcat legend. Assistant coach and former Wildcat great, Gene Raymond. Assistant coach Roger Fanati. Assistant coach Ken Miller. Assistant coach unable to be here tonight, Woody Banks. And we remember assistant coach, the late Jim Cook, being represented by his son Dave, who was a manager on the 1974 team and current head coach of the junior high Wildcats, following in his father's footsteps. In addition to Dave, other team managers included Peter Stuckish and the late Rich Adamson. The statistician was the late L. Kramer. Athletic director back then, and I think he's with us tonight, Bill Staphen. Faculty advisor Jim Petnati, who is unable to be here but is watching on Renda Digital TV. And now we introduce the sophomore class. Many of those players not with us tonight, but we acknowledge Brad Anderson, Mark Clotty, Jim Gatsky, Rudy Corrine, Dave Morrow, Paul Poole, Dave Pope, Terry Schimmel, Terry Tate Schoolteddy, Tony Tartalone, Mark Pavlik, Marty Patty, Paul Poole, Mark Boozy, and Gary Henry. We also remember two sophomores who have passed away, including Mark Sardone and Ken Robinson. We now welcome four of the sophomore class members who are here, Mark Novak and Lou Bellman. Lou is also a current Wildcat assistant coach. Guys, please step forward when we announce your name. And now the junior class. Not able to join us at Memorial Field are Brett Brisky, Chris Deptula, and Tony Novak. Three members of the team that have passed away, and we remember Barry Relic being represented by his good friend Gomer Lukish. Gusty Vilcek, and we are pleased to have his sister Rosie here tonight honoring Gusty's memory. Rosie, thank you for joining us. And Nick Rash and his brother Tim Rash, who played on Coach Coleman's undefeated 1977 team, is here in honor of his brother's memory. Junior class members here at Memorial Field include Randy George. And Randy, we remember your late father, who you laid to rest on Wednesday, who meant so much to our youth programs, one of the founders of the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. Sticky Lawson. Rick Martini, one of the big organizers of tonight's ceremony, all the way from the state of California, Bob Noko, and Bill Short. And finally, the senior members of the 1974 team and the graduating class of 75, unable to join us in person, but hopefully watching on Renda Digital TV somewhere around the world. He was a foreign exchange student and really one of the first place kickers to make an impact. His name, Ted Norder. Two of the most prolific offensive contributors in the 1970s, unable to be here due to pre-planned obligations, on vacation, quarterback Jim Smokey Plaucha. And attending a wedding in Rhode Island, wide receiver Tony Piccolini, who may be watching. We remember three senior members of the team who have passed away, including Peter Duplin, Robin Jones, who is represented by his son Jesse Jones here tonight. Thank you, Jesse. And also Jim Griffith, and we are pleased to have Jim's nephew Johnny here this evening. The remaining senior members of the team, and we are proud to welcome them back. All the way from Texas, Kevin Anderson, Tim Appleton, Keith Davis, Kevin Davis. Flying in from North Carolina, Richard Deptula. One of the all-time great linemen, Andy Ganibus. Paul Henry, Doug Fabian, all the way from a block up the street, Donnie Mester. From Colorado, Joe Mucci, Damian Ondo. Flying up from Florida, Joe Supko and Kerry Wardo. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years ago, these men carved out their own piece of history that lives on today. Football has been played right here at Memorial Field since 1946, and the 1974 team will be remembered as one of the greatest of all time. 1974 Indiana County champions and Western Pennsylvania Conference runner-up. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Let's give them a round of applause. Welcome home. Ceremony. Worden, I love when we honor the rich tradition that Homer Center football is all about.
I always talk about it, maybe ad nauseum, but I think it is. I always take a lot of pride in being here. Having the opportunity to do this is a real pleasure for me. And you know the thing about it, Mark, is that those guys that you introduced, those seniors, they were athletes. They weren't just football players. They were great basketball players. They made it to the district championship game in basketball. Great baseball players, as you well know, just terrific athletes, and that really makes for a great team.
Ward, can we sneak in real quickly the keys to the game?
We'll give it a shot here. For West Shamokin, they got to protect their young quarterback. He's back there, first game. He's going to have a little bit of the jitters. They're going to have to protect him. Second thing, they've got to find a way to stop Homer's running game. That's the key. The Wildcats need to move the ball on the ground. West Shamokin needs to stop that. And finally, they're away. I always say this, stay away from the turnovers. For Homer Center, they got to establish that running game. Brenton Dunn had a big game last week. It's got to have another one here tonight for Homer to be successful. They also got to get off the field defensively and finally stay away from the turnovers.
Keys to the game driven by Luther Ford Lincoln. Route 119 in Homer City, online always at LutherFordHomerCity.com. Coming back with the starting lineups when we continue on the ITT pregame show on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
SCG Hobby. It's in the name. Sports cards, comics, gaming, and more. Speaking of more, they also have a huge selection of Legos, board games, Dungeons & Dragons, and Warhammer. Whatever you fancy, they've got you covered. Come join the SCG family for fun events and tournaments nightly, including Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and more. Dive into a world of sports and fantasy at the SCG Hobby nearest you, with locations in Indiana, Latrobe, Altoona, and North Huntington. Find out more by logging into scghobby.com.
When it comes to screen printing and promotional items, nobody does it better than S&S Screen Printing of Indiana. Stop in and check out how S&S Screen Printing can help your business, school, or booster club grow with a full line of apparel and promotional items. Or visit them online and see the full lineup at SNSScreenPrinting.net. SNSScreenPrinting.net. Yes, SNSScreenPrinting.net. S&S Screen Printing, 1200 School Street in Indiana. At S&S Screen Printing, they do it right here.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Every year, we go on a search for great snacks or treats. Children enjoy more than just candy on Halloween. The best sources of calcium are milk, yogurt, and cheese. Kids like us love string cheese because it's tasty and fun to pull, twist, and eat. And parents love string cheese because it's rich in calcium, whatever that is. So give us kids the fun and goodness we are looking for. Make it a very dairy Halloween. A message from Allied Milk Producers.
What sets one insurance agency apart from another? Building relationships. Hunt & Blues Insurance prides themselves on building strong, personal relationships with their clients. Hunt & Blues is an independent agency offering you choices to get you the best coverage at the best rate. When you buy insurance, whether it's for your home, car, business, life, or retirement, you want an agency working in your best interest. And that's Hunt & Blues Insurance, 2 locations, Indiana and Johnstown.
For tonight's starting lineups.
And our starting lineups are presented by the Indiana County Technology Center, the region's premier tech center, providing the necessary tools to jumpstart your future. You can visit their website at ictc.edu. Ward starting 11 for both teams.
For West Shamokin, Jordan Titus will be the left end, a sophomore, 5'9", 150. Left tackle, Connor Gervasoni. He is a junior, 6'4", 300 pounds. Rocco Buffon, the left guard, junior, 6 foot 215. Center will be Preston Bellis. He's the senior, 6'1", 180. Right guard, Blake Schaefer, senior, 6'1", 230. Trey Rocco is the right tackle, sophomore, 6'2", 295. And Aiden Osterling, that's a basketball name there, junior, 6 foot 150, will be in the slot. The tight end, they don't have a tight end listed, so we'll go to the backfield. Cole Winger, the quarterback, he's the freshman, 6 foot 175. H-back will be Jaden Klonowski.
You'll see him at tight end too, Ward.
Okay, a senior, 6'2", 220. He's a big boy. Fullback, Caleb Kimmel, senior, 5'8", 225. And Ryan Booher will be the other back. He is a junior, 5'7", 5 foot 170. For the Wildcats, left end will be Ocean Maritita. He's a senior, 5'11", 158. Left tackle, Eli Butterly on the return, senior, 5'11", 228. Left guard will be Dom Shemko, sophomore, 5'9", 178. Zach Wilson, the center, senior, 5'9", 244. Zeke Butterly is the right guard, a sophomore, 5'9", 173. The right tackle, Gabe Rufner. He's a junior, 6'3", 231. Deegan Fedorik will be tight end. Sophomore, 6'3", 176. In the backfield again, Carson Arone, the quarterback. Sophomore, 5'10", 151. Braden Dunn is the tailback. He is a senior, 5'9", 182. And Riley Coball, he'll be in the slot, a junior, 5'8", 156. Mark?
Starting lineups brought to you by Indiana County Technology Center, providing the necessary tools to jumpstart your future. Visit their website at ictc.edu. Coming back with the start of tonight's game, that's the ITT pregame show. Coming back to Memorial Field, Homer Center will be receiving the opening kickoff when we return on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So, there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Welcome you back into our S&T Bank broadcast booth. People Forward Banking, S&T Bank, captains for both teams at midfield. They had the coin toss a little earlier, and West Shamokin won it and deferred, so this is kind of like the unnecessary version of it. But if
I never understood.
If you're watching on Renda Digital TV, our video cameraman, sideline reporter Chris Yonner is picking that up and get some good close-up shots of the players. Want to acknowledge, as I like to say, hail, hail, the gang's all here. But let's go to Indiana first. Filling in for my nephew Michael Burdick, who's running homecoming in Indiana, is Josh Widdison. Josh, thank you for your great work. Our statistician in the booth, the limo dropped him off. First Commonwealth, thank you for providing the limo and all the clothing. Fancy pens to Jerry Rosside. Jerry waved everybody out in Radioland. Second week in a row working with Dee Ober, our video producer in the booth. Our spotter will be Dennis Mester with Ward Hilliard. I'm Mark Burdick, and it's time for the kickoff, which will be sponsored by Grand Beginnings Children's Center, with 2 locations teaching children to shine since 1991. And every week they donate $1 for every point scored across all 4 of our Indiana County Radio Network games for the 46th annual Teddy Bear Fund Drive. And so far, 991 points after 6 weeks of the season. Renda Media says thank you, Grand Beginnings, for your support. And I forgot, up above us, if you're listening, Ted, my apologies. Ted Maseko on the upper level press box camera. We can't forget Ted. I mean, he takes care of me, the Elks at Hawk Talk every Monday. Boy, that's been working out great with Coach Tortorella. Referee is Mike Price. Officials Rob Reed, Gary England, Jason Gellerland, Caleb Mayers, and Justin Kaig. Big weekend of football in Indiana County. IUP and the Rock homecoming tomorrow at Miller Stadium. That place will be packed. High school tonight on Renda Digital TV and WCCS, and sophomore Brady Fraser is kicking off, and we are underway, and it's going to be taken back at the 5-yard line. And running with the football for the West Shamokin Wolves,
Winghard on the return.
It's Cole Wingard.
Wingard, yeah. He hesitated, and you don't do that on the kickoff, Mark. He kind of slowed down, and that gave the Homer pursuit the opportunity to get him. So pretty good job by the Wildcat kick team. Ball on the looks like the 25.
So the freshman will quarterback Cole Wingard. And I was wrong. I thought they signaled defer and Homer Center would receive.
Yeah,
but obviously
I thought I saw that
case.
too.
And the give and some good running room for Caleb Kimmel, senior fullback, entering the game with 228 yards on 47 carries, brought down by Dom Shimko.
It's a little too much on first down. You don't like to give that much up, especially when you have them pinned back on their own 25. So Wildcat D's got to pick it up a little bit.
This 0-6 West Shamokin team averaging only 5.3 points per game. 104 yards rushing, 32 yards passing, 136 total, and they're a -8 in the turnover differential. Handoff again, and not a lot of running room for the ball carrier Caleb Kimmel. On the tackle, about a yard shy of the lead chain for the Homer Center Wildcats, it was Gabe Ruffner. Ward, I want to acknowledge you mentioned Aiden Osterling for West Shamokin.
Yeah.
He's one of 4 brothers. Remember Urza, Ethan, and Abby? All 4 of them, including Aiden, have played for Coach Parks. Now he is, of course, the head coach. 3rd down and a yard at the 34-yard line. Shotgun snap, and the quarterback is sacked, tackled for a loss, about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Wingard keeping the ball, brought down in the backfield by number 11, Sean Beluchik.
Sean Beluchik going to get credit for the tackle. He's second on the team with 34 tackles. Replays, if you're watching on Renda Digital TV, brought to you all night long by Dowds of Plumville. And their 74th anniversary sale is underway.
Big play by Beluchik. Those are the kind of plays this defense needs.
Well, they're lining up like they're going to go for it, Ward, unless they're going to try pulling Homer Center offside. It's 4th and a solid 3 at their own 32.
Yeah, I think they are.
2 seconds, 1 second, and they'll take the flag and the 5-yard penalty. So they're going to end up going 3 and out.
Not sure I understand that.
Delay of game on the Wolves.
Why would you delay the game?
Well, I think they were, normally you'd, on short yardage you go hard count, but I really didn't see.
He didn't seem like they were going to run the play at all.
Long snapper on punts is Judah Harkleroad, and the punter Coleman Stockdale. He's punted 31 times already for a 34.5-yard average. Braden Dunn stands at his own 42-yard line. Congratulations to Braden, by the way, our IRMC Renda Media Player of the Week. He got his trophy and T-shirt yesterday. Kick is away. It's short. Bounces it around midfield, and the Wildcats are going to let it roll dead at the 36-yard line. A punt covering 38 yards and no return.
38 yards on the punt.
Yeah, Braden kind of lost sight of it, I think, when it first was kicked and just didn't come up to make the catch.
Joe Mucci and Joe Supko, key members of that 74 team, will be our guests at halftime up here in our S&T Bank broadcast booth.
Boy, do I got the stories about those guys.
I can remember a story about Joe Mucci. Amazingly, a lot of stories about football, but he also hit a baseball 500 feet at Mack Park in Legion Ball.
Oh, that was those were good athletes. Like
Carson Arone takes the snap, rolls to his right, dumps it off underneath the Brady Frazier to the 40, to the 47, maybe the 48, 49-yard line. Far side of the field, making the tackle is Rocco Buffone.
Boy, that brought a smile to my face. How much I've been saying, run those little boots with the little out pattern. Frazier makes the catch. Homer got a first down. That's something they got to continue now. Let's see.
Rocco Buffone, I mentioned, made that tackle. Son of Tim Buffone, who was inducted into the IUP Sports Hall of Fame last Saturday. Also, his uncle Tony teaches at Homer Center. That was a great ceremony last week, and quarterback Carson Arone kept it. He's going to be tackled for a loss by Trey Rocco.
Down by number 73, Connor Gervasoni.
Rocco, a sophomore, 6'2", 295 pounds. It'll be 2nd down and 11 at the 48-yard line. Airtime 1:30 tomorrow. We will also video stream the homecoming parade in the morning. And I'll be over at Miller Stadium with public address announcer duties, joining Jack and the crew, who will be to my left, calling the game on U92.5. Arone to pass. Throws over the middle, way too tall for the intended receiver. Diggin Fedoric, the tight end. So now it'll be 3rd down and 11.
Fedoric pretty well covered there, so that could have been picked if it was down a little bit, but it was way overthrown. And again, you get a couple of good plays, and then this has been their problem, the maintaining the drives, the consistency.
74 team will be at the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club after this game. Big party, and the public is welcome to join them. We thank the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club for making our video streams possible, our presenting sponsor. 3rd down and 11. Carson going to give up the middle and spinning for some yardage to the 45 and leaning toward the 44-yard line. It is Sean Beluchik in there, and it'll be about 4 yards shy of a first down. So let's see what Greg Page does here on 4th and 4. Ball right in the center of the field.
They've been running a lot of those quick flat passes, and 4 yards not all that difficult to achieve if you can execute that. We'll see if what they do come up with. I don't think they're punting, Mark.
They are not. They sent Ocean Maritita, who had a little bit of a stinger toward the end of the last game, as a receiver to the left boundary. Beluchik, the lone setback. Slot receivers Braden Dunn. And Arone going to give to no one. He's going to come naked near side as the flag flies. Arone to the 20, 30, down to the 28-yard line where he's tripped up. And we'll see what the penalty flag is all about.
It's on the far side of the field. And I'm not...
it flew pretty quickly.
I don't know if it was an illegal block, but didn't see
it was
anything
almost
over there.
Right as the play was getting underway.
Yeah. It just...
Okay. Sideline warning.
Sideline warning on the Wolves. Previous play stands and enough for a while.
Nice job. A little fake reverse there, and that's a nice call. That's something that they've been doing pretty well, running those misdirection plays.
About a 17-yard gain, Jared. 19-yard gain.
18,
okay.
18 yards.
You were
on the
close.
previous carry by Arone.
You were close.
Wildcats first and 10.
They got to keep this going now, Mark. You know, the first down's critical. Get it 4 yards or more and win that down.
Carson, the sophomore Q, goes under center. The single setback is Braden Dunn, and he takes the handoff, and he's met by Ryan Boer, one of the inside linebackers who's fourth on the team in tackles. Boer had been the quarterback until being supplanted as Phil Parks kind of looking with an eye, toward the future to Cole Wingard, the freshman. That's a gain of about 3 to the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Hey,
Drew Fisher, receiver to the right boundary. Maritita to the left. Carson Arone hands it off, and Dunn is smacked and fumbles the football, and West Shamokin has it. West Shamokin has it as Braden Dunn coughed it up. We're going to pause for a quick 30 seconds, 6:40 left in the first quarter. We're scoreless on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well-stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club.
Let's go!
Handoff to the fullback again, Caleb Kimmel, who has some pretty good first down yardage up to the 31-yard line for a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Gabe Ruffner on the tackle for the Wildcats.
And that was a good run, well blocked at the point of attack. Homer's wasn't. Braden didn't have a chance. He was popped in the hole.
2nd down and 3. Freshman quarterback from the shotgun sends a man in motion. Klanowski behind resets as the left slot, and they give it to the fullback, and Kimmel and the Wildcats stack him up right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll set up 3rd down and about the same, 3 to go, and we have a player getting up slowly for the Wolves, and that is big number 73, Connor Gervasoni. Hayden Bentz on the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats. 3rd down, Ward long 2. Official timeout here.
He's apparently going to stay in the ball game. I don't know if that's what the timeout.
Now there's an equipment
shoelace.
5:33 scoreless first quarter.
Takes me back to my midget basketball days. Somebody had a loose shoelace. Everybody check them. Big stop for the Wildcats.
Cole Wingard, 12 of 31 with 2 interceptions and a touchdown pass since taking over, 155 yards passing. And he's going to keep it, and he's going to be smothered by the Homer Center Wildcats. Busting through Cody Bell, and he had some help. I think maybe Zach Wilson got through there too, and they're going to have to punt the football.
Nice job. The play really slow in its development. I thought they'd try to boot him to the right, get to the edge there. We know he's got decent speed, but they haven't had a chance to show it yet.
We'll have immediate timeout after this punt from Cole Stockdale. Judah Harkle Road, long snapper. It's a good snap, and the left footer gets it out of their lone line drive kick. And Dunn's going to let it roll, and it's going to roll dead at about the 30 yard line, a punt of 40 yards and no return. Media timeout on the field with 4:42 remaining in the first quarter. We're scoreless on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Luxembourg's Jewelers in Indiana reminds you that if you're in need of gifts for your special someone, stop in and choose from a huge selection of diamonds, pendants, rings, and more. How about a watch from Bulova, G-Shock, or Harley-Davidson? Luxembourg's Jewelers can also customize plaques and trophies for any occasion. With 2 convenient locations, Luxembourg's Jewelers is the winning choice for gifts for any occasion. At the Indiana Mall or downtown, Luxembourg's Jewelers is Indiana's jeweler.
Hi, this is State Representative Jim Struzzi, and I'm proud to serve the 62nd Legislative District. We take pride in our communities, and I'm proud to support our area teams and all our students, wishing them the best of luck this school year. As we approach this year's election, I encourage you to make your voice heard, whether by mail or on the polls at Election Day. I am grateful for your past support, proud of the progress we've made together, and even more excited about the future. The best is yet to come.
MarionCenterBank.com. Looking for a bank that's rooted in your community? Looking for a bank that has all the latest options that a hometown bank should have? For personal and business banking, home loans and student loans, and fraud protection that's state-of-the-art, trust Marion Center Bank. With locations servicing Indiana, Armstrong, and Cambria counties. Struggling with student loan applications and decisions? Now is the perfect time to inquire about student loans at Marion Center Bank. MarionCenterBank.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Presence of Jim Struzzi bringing you the first quarter. Wildcats first and 10 at their own 30, and Carson Arone flips it out to Riley Cobaugh, and there's a flag going to be called, and I think it's going to be charged against Homer Center's Ocean Maritita. Let's see if we get a replay. We do have a replay board. Let's see what you detect, courtesy of Dowds of Plumville. If you're watching on Renda Digital TV.
He looked like he tried to grab him there. It's missed the block.
So it goes a hold.
And it's right in front of Coach Page, who was kind of upset.
And in front of 2 officials, which isn't ideal either.
No. That's true, too.
Hey, locally, IRMC doing a great job promoting breast cancer awareness. Their comprehensive breast center is dedicated to providing you and your loved ones with compassionate, comprehensive care for total breast health. Their experienced team in partnership with UPMC Hillman Cancer Center leading the way in October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we encourage you to schedule your mammogram at any of their locations, IRMC in Indiana, Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, and IRMC in Northern Cambria. This month, IUP, Indiana, Homer Center, several area high school football teams proudly displaying IRMC breast cancer awareness decals on their helmets. After the hold, 1st and 13, and Carson Arone keeping the football.
Keeps the ball.
And it's a short gain from the 27 to the 29. And on the tackle, Blake Schaefer.
Yeah, that first play there, Mark, is an example of why Homer has one win. They're just unable to maintain any kind of consistency. Again, I've been saying that. But in that case there, Carson needed to take a quick step to his left outside. And it was a hole, and if he could have got to it, but he tried to run through a hole that just closed up.
Wildcats go empty with twin receivers left, twin receivers right, the wide side of the field. They operate toward the north end zone. Short drop, and Carson going to throw deep for Braden Dunn. He can't run under it. Being bumped into by the strong safety, Cole Wingard, the freshman. Fans wanted a holding call, but no penalty flag anywhere, and it'll be third down and 12 with 3:44 left in this first quarter.
The official on the far side of the field is getting the wrath of the Homer Center faithful.
Not sure if it's catchable anyway. Want to, by the way, salute the officials for the 4th consecutive year. The PIAA has dedicated 3 weeks to recognize and show appreciation to the thousands of PIAA registered officials. Registration for fall officials is now there's a timeout, or what's going on here, Ward?
Yeah.
He lost his flag, Greg!
Now a timeout called by Homer Center. Timeouts all night long brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers. In the Indiana Mall downtown location, closed for some renovations, serving Indiana and the surrounding area since 1916. We're scoreless, 3:44 to play in the first on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect play and completing it, like choosing to pass instead of run the ball. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. State Farm agent Zachary Mortimer is right here in Armstrong County to help you select the right protection at the right price. Zachary will make sure you understand your insurance coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Zachary Mortimer and his team, when you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Third down and 12. They give on a jet to Riley Cobaugh, trying to get to the edge, but the white shirts of West Shamokin have it diagnosed well. And down he goes for a loss back to the 25-yard line. On the tackle, strong safety Cole Wingard, the freshman, who came up and made that play. So it'll be fourth down. And let's see where they're going to put the football down, WA, at about the 26-yard, well, 27. That's pretty favorable. Yeah. It'll be fourth down and 14. Hey, a lot can happen at Kids After Hours, not just on the gridiron. IRMC's there to help. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is open 7 days a week, 8 to 8. Since 2009, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville, where you can get in, get out, get better. Brady Fraser, the punter, and this kick is away. High kick, good kick, high above the lights, and it's going to get a favorable Homer Center roll, too, as a flag comes down. And now we, let's see if we have a sideline warning or an unsportsmanlike on Homer Center.
There is a flag on the play.
And
sideline warning, of course it is.
Let's see here, 2:48 clock stopped. And I think it's...
I haven't seen two sideline warnings all year long.
Remember... Salute to the Stripes. Maybe not the right time to bring this up, but it will start next week, October 6th through the 12th for the fall sports. Winter Sports Officials Appreciation Weeks, January 12th to the 18th. Spring Sports next April. Ward, I know you know this. I'm going to ask our spotter, Dennis Mester and Jerry Rossi, to take a guess. How many registered PIAA officials? That's the trivia question in the PIAA. How many registered officials? Ward, stay quiet. Here we go. West Shamokin. 1st and 10 at their own 33. And they hand it off, and with the footballs, the H-back, Jaden Klonowski, who entered the game with 66 yards rushing on 16 carries, 4.1 average. Hayden Bentz making the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats, the sophomore, 5'10", 207-pounder, who continues to improve. A gain of... Three, Jerry says we'll go with 3. Second down. Yeah, it's marked up at the 36-yard line. Second down and 7. They sent Klonowski in motion. Actually, they reset him H-back left. And quarterback Wingard fakes the handoff, keeps it, and he's going to lose yardage. He's been a little tentative, and he is only a freshman. On the tackle, Gabe Ruffner for the Homer Center Wildcats. And it's going to set up third down as we are under 2 minutes to play here on WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM, and on Renda Digital TV.
They keep trying to run left, Mark. I'm not sure if they think that's something that they can have happen, but Homer's been doing a great job of defending that. Big down for both teams right here.
Receivers to the right, Jordan Titus, 6 receptions and a touchdown to his credit. And Hunter Wingard does not have a reception yet, and now we have a timeout going to be called by the West Shamokin Wolves with 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. Being presented by friends of Jim Struzzi. We're scoreless on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
What's the most popular 5-passenger SUV in central Pennsylvania? That's an easy one. It's the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, of course. You see them everywhere. I mean everywhere. And why not? It's by far the greatest value on the market. With more standard features than most, great fuel economy and the best warranty on the planet, buying a new Outlander Sport's an easy choice above all others. You gotta have one. Get your best Mitsubishi deal today at the Mitsubishi Giant.
5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. It doesn't get better than this.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
The Wolves timeout, 3rd down and 7 at their own 36-yard line, wide side of the field toward the Wildcat sideline. They have a protector in there, 3 receivers to the right, and the quarterback keeps it. And Wingert's into secondary, and he's going to take it down the left sideline, 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. The freshman, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And he takes it 64 yards, and the West Shamokin Wolves draw first blood. They lead Homer Center 6-0. Ward, I told you prior to signing on, I watched some video of this young man, and he can get in the loose, and he can be a handful, and he was there on a 64-yard effort.
Nice job of making the read. A good play fake. Sucked the Homer defense on the slant of the running back there, and he just took off right at a nice little angle right through, never was touched. We've seen way too much of that this year.
Place kicker is Coleman Stockdale, the holder Ryan Boer, long snapper Blake Schaefer on PATs. It's a little bit low, but they get it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And the West Shamokin Wolves lead the Homer Center Wildcats with 1:13 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Wolves coming back with the kickoff after this on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar to new heights. Voted Best Social Club and Best Sportsman's Club in Indiana County 2024. The club is proud of their newly remodeled bar area and is excited about the new air purification system that has been installed, the same technology that area casinos use. New large screen TVs, flooring, skills games, and more. Pizza nights every Thursday and Friday during Wildcat season. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go! Let's go Wildcats!
I'm Senator Joe Pittman. From Indiana to Westmoreland and Jefferson to Armstrong counties, I'm dedicated to supporting every student in the 41st District. As Senate Majority Leader, I'm committed to ensuring our kids have the opportunities they deserve, whether it's excelling in athletics or engaging in extracurricular activities or achieving academic excellence. Together, we're building a strong foundation for our children's future. I appreciate your support and encourage you to vote, whether by mail or in person, on
Summary. 3 plays, 67 yards, took a minute 35. Their first 3rd down conversion went the distance for 64 yards. Luther Ford, Route 119 in Homer City. Ward, you mentioned on keys to the game, don't give up the long running plays, don't turn it over.
Turn it over.
You're 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, and then they had a penalty, so Homer got themselves the blame for the situation they're in right now. They had a nice drive going on early until they had the fumble.
1:13 to play in the first, 7-0. And the left-footed kicker, Coleman Stockdale's kick is taken at the 11-yard line by Braden Dunn. Braden to the 25, to the 30, and fights his way and powers up to the 35-yard line with 1:05 left here in the first quarter. All right, officials, Appreciation Week next week. On the kick coverage, by the way, Dawson Runco. And the Wildcats will have it at the 35. Jerry Rossai's guess is 2,500. Denny, you said 150. The correct answer is 14,000.
That's statewide.
That's all sports. All sports, 14,000. So you guys you were a little low.
Just a little.
You only missed it by 13,850. From the 35, Carson Arone slithers through a hole. 40, 45, midfield to the 45, to the 40, and out of bounds he goes at the 39-yard line. 26-yard run for Carson Arone. Hunter Wingert made the tackle. Nice run by Carson, who has had about 84 yards rushing last week. And coming into the game, 34 rushes, 83 yards total.
Now, here's something they need to sustain. They got a nice gain on the first down, got into the 4-down territory. Let's see if they can sustain some plays here.
So they did not rule him out of bounds. The clock has restarted from the 39. Shotgun snap directly to Dunn, who breaks one tackle and powers ahead for 4 yards.
Brought down by number 74, Mike.
On the tackle, it was Connor Gervasoni of the West Shamokin Wolves. They give him 3 yards to the 37-yard line.
They got to find ways to get Braden into that secondary. You can see how difficult he is to bring down, but he's getting hit at scrimmage.
That's the final play of the first quarter. There is no more. Thanks to the freshman quarterback of the Wolves, Cole Wingert, 64-yard run. The Wolves have the lead after one quarter. West Shamokin 7 looking for their first win of the season. Homer Center, nothing. Coming back with second quarter action after this on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your local Erie agent is William G. Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261 or visit mecklinginsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
As we had the first Renda Media T-shirt toss, Ward, that was a lot of fun. You look like Steve Blass from the
Pandemonium there.
Thanks to the Homer Center cheerleaders.
That's nice.
Decked out in
those are
pink.
nice shirts.
Chris Yonner, our sideline camera. Let's get a shot of all these cheerleaders when we can, too. Maybe you already did. I don't know. 2nd down and 8 as we start the quarter. They fake it out in the flat, and Carson has running room. He's going to keep it to the 35, to the 30. Jersey tackle attempt at the 20, and tackled inside right about the 15-yard line. He's run out of bounds for a 22-yard gain. So,
yeah, I'm looking for flags the way it's been going, but none out there. That's a great play by Carson. A little quicker on the decide to release.
So they're going to put him down inside the 15, I think. They're right about the 15-yard line, I think.
Right there. It's a nice pickup.
Field looks great, but they didn't fill in the numbers for some reason. I think with all of the wet weather.
Could have been.
It was a handful just to get it cut. They weren't able to mow it until today. 1st and 10 at the 15. Sidecar left of Arone is Braden Dunn. And now a flag. And it's not delay of game because there's still 1 second. There was still 1 second on the play clock. There was still 1 second on the play clock, Ward. I saw it.
Is that what they're calling, though? No, there we're going to get the back judge coming in.
Well, I don't know if that would show up on we don't have it on any kind of replay, but I can assure you the whistle had blown, and I looked at the play clock, and there was still 1 second on the clock. There's no way that is delay of game.
Lose yourself, Greg.
Let's see what maybe they're going to correct it, and if they do.
Well, yeah, they had a little conference. Now he's going to go over and talk to Coach Parks.
Well, like I said, I am 100% positive. Sometimes my eyes deceive me, but not in this case. He blew the whistle, and the play clock was still winding down, and it was at 1 second, and his flag was already on the turf. 11:49 left here.
Coaches seem to be pretty calm down there, so I'm going to assume that they're going to give us a second back.
So if they're correcting themselves, give them credit for doing that.
Yeah.
They gathered and did the right thing.
Indiana, let's go, YHS.
No flag on
They wave it off. Good for them.
That just kind of slows the momentum down a little. Let's see what happens now.
First quarter quick stats. West Shamokin 8 plays, 8 rushes, 80 yards and a touchdown. The Wildcats 9 rushes, 55 yards. Passing, nothing for West Shamokin. Wildcats 2 of 4 for 19 yards. 80 total yards for West Shamokin on 8 plays. 13 plays, 74 yards for Homer Center. Time of possession, 6:19 for the Wolves, 5:41 for the Homer Center Wildcats. Quick stats all night long, brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first, and compiled by nobody's equal, Jerry Rossai. I mean, nobody does it better. Still explaining things here.
It's been a tough year for him, too, because of these inflated stats from the opponents of Homer this year.
Since 2009, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge and Blairsville has been there for you and your family with convenient access. Urgent is open 7 days a week from 8 to 8, and that's not all. They simply offer you more than neighboring clinics with seamless access to the main hospital campus. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville, where you can get in, get out, get better. 1st and 10 from the 15, pump fake, and now Carson's going to keep it. He's met and dropped after a 1-yard loss, and a flag flies. Tackle was made by outside linebacker Ryan Boer, 5'9", 170-pound junior. Let's see what the penalty is about, and it's going to be holding on the Homer Center Wildcats.
They're just flat not blocking downfield, and I've seen it 3 times now. 2 they got called on, and on one they missed down here. He could have had a touchdown.
Can we get another look at that? I can see the hold, Ward.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Homer's shooting themselves in a foot mark.
I'll point it out to you on Renda Digital TV's side. It's going to come right there. Wasn't much of one, but the flag flew, and they back it up to the 25-yard or 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 19. Sidecar right is Braden Dunn. Receiver to the right, Colin Doherty. Twin receivers up top, and Arone to pass. Pressure coming. Steps up and comes near side to the 25, to the 20, showing pretty good wills.
Now there was a horse collar not called.
That was just pushing, really rotting him out of bounds. No penalty there, and it marked down at the right about at the 15-yard line again, is basically easing him out of bounds. Was Blake Schaefer.
Nice run, by the way. Wasn't much over there, but once he gets to the corner, they seem to be able to get around that corner now.
2nd down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. The entire offensive unit came over to the sideline. Ocean Maritita and Riley Kobaugh, receivers to the left, and Arone to pass. Arone fires underneath. Receiver Deegan Fedoruk breaks the tackle. Right pylon into the end zone for a touchdown. 15-yard touchdown pass. Carson Arone's 3rd of the season, and for Deegan Fedoruk his 2nd. He had his 1st at Penn's Manor, and the Wildcats are within a point. It's 7-6. Well done by the sophomore Carson Arone.
Yeah, right. Fedoruk made a nice little cut and a little turn in, caught the ball, and then he's a strong kid. He's not real heavy, but he was able to fight his way into that end zone. Big score for Homer. They needed that desperately.
Braden Dunn, the holder. Right-footed soccer-style kickers. Brady Fraser, and his kick is good. And Brady Fraser now 6 of 7 in the PAT department. And we have a tie ball game with the 11:23 remaining in the first half. It's now Homer Center 7 and the West Shamokin Wolves 7 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150 at Luther Ford. At Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150 4x4 XLT Super Crew full hybrid and save up to $12,000. Or buy a new 2024 Ford F-150 Super Duty 4x4 XLT Super Crew and save up to $8,000. Wow! And everyone qualifies. Luther Ford with 2 locations and twice the inventory. The savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Paid for by friends of Joe.
Our Luther Ford Drive summary: 7 plays, 65 yards, took 1:42. 3 first downs, and Carson Arone, the sophomore quarterback, growing up in front of us. Saw a freshman, 2. On the other side, West Shamokin. Carson, 7 rushes, 77 yards. Quick stats brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank, and Brady Fraser's kick gets by the return man, Cole Wingert. So it's a touchback, and the Wolves will have it with 11:20 left in this first half.
Good kick by Braden. Hard to field, obviously. Got into the end zone, so that sets up West Shamokin on their own 20.
It's one, speaking of officials,
rule?
Appreciation Week. Yeah, I wish they'd change the rule for the officials to mark it at least the 25 in high school ball.
Well, it's an opportunity for the Homer defense.
From the 20, yeah, they have them starting at their own 20. The Wolves, they come out with twin receivers to the left, Aiden Osterling and Hunter Wingert. It's Wingert with an H-A-R-T, and the quarterback is Cole Wingard with a G-A-R-D. So,
anything to drive you crazy, huh?
Wingard and Winghart. And the freshman takes the shotgun snap, and he's going to keep it. And there's a big hole to the 30, 35, 40, and perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats. And making it was Tavius Skillings, who's in there defensively.
Yeah, the linebackers need to stay home. They're chasing that first fake, and that leaves a huge gap away from the initial fake of the run.
Was that Tavius or maybe 28, Cody Bell? Maybe I misread the number. 28?
Cody
Bell. Okay, so Cody Bell on the tackle, my fault.
Actually, Cody Bell on the stop for the Wildcats.
Sorry about that, Chris Garatana, our public address announcer here. 19-yard gain, though, for Cole Wingard, as these 2 young quarterbacks are starting to take over this game. This handoff goes to Caleb Kimmel.
Kimmel on the carry.
Kimmel, a solid 5, maybe 6 yards to the 45-yard line.
That was a result of the Wildcats giving up 2 big runs to the quarterback. That time they kind of sat back and didn't attack. There's a happy medium there. As a linebacker, you got a lot to handle.
10.5 minutes, clock running here in the first half. 7-7 tie. West Shamokin looking for their first win. Wildcats looking to make it 2 in a row for the first time since they started the 2022 season with back-to-back wins. 2nd and 4, and the quarterback Wingard going to keep it again, makes a nice little jump cut and has a first down to the midfield stripe.
Number 30,
Riley Cobaugh on the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats, but they've navigated 30 yards already. And they have a new set of downs at midfield.
They got out of the hole very neatly.
Homer Center's defense allowing 38.2 points a game, 273 yards rushing, 93 yards passing, 366 total.
They need to start plugging gaps.
First and 10. They set Klonowski in motion behind the formation, reset him as a wing left, and they hand it off to Kimmel. Kimmel bangs ahead for 3 yards.
Brought down by number 51,
tackled on the
Dom
play
Shimko.
by Dom Shimko, inside linebacker who's been filling in and doing a nice job.
That was a nice tackle. Got him around the ankles. That would have gone for another 10 yards.
Josh Voluchik, one of the many injured, will return next week. He was actually cleared to play on Tuesday, but needed 4 days of practice. So he will be back next week at Cambria Heights. 2nd down and 7. In Wildcat territory, the freshman keeps it, and the freshman's tackled for a loss. As making that tackle again was Dom Shimko.
Dom Shimko.
That was a big play. I'm starting to read that a little bit now, and hopefully that will continue. Third and long. The Cats have an opportunity to get off the field, and that's one of the keys all year long for them.
Football back at the 49-yard line where it's 3rd down and 9 to go. And the freshman takes the shotgun snap, read option. He's going to keep it, and Cody Bell has him. And they limit him to about a 1-yard gain to the 48, and I would think the new head coach, Phil Parks, is going to have to punt it away. Out-of-town scoreboard, Marion Center 7, Purchase Line nothing at the end of 1. End of 1, River Valley 21, Conemaugh Valley nothing. Gavin Burkhardt an 80-yard rush touchdown. United Valley over Portage 7-0. Northern Cambria leading Penns Manor 14-0 at the end of 1. And that's last week's scoreboard, so that's as far as I need to go right now. They are going to punt. Coleman Stockdale, and the snap just floats back, but no pressure, and he gets a pretty good kick away, the left footer does. It hits at the 25 and is going to roll inside the 20 to the 15, and the Wildcats need to field that punt, and they didn't do it, and they will start, as a result, they will start at their own 10-yard line after we pause for 30 with 7.5 left in the first half, tied at 7 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150 at Luther Ford. At Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150 4x4 XLT Super Crew full hybrid and save up to $12,000. Or buy a new 2024 Ford F-150 Super Duty 4x4 XLT Super Crew and save up to $8,000. Wow! And everyone qualifies. Luther Ford with 2 locations and twice the inventory. The savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
We come back to you from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, People Forward Banking, and as we do, the Wildcats commit a false start that will back them up from the 11 to the 6-yard line, and they continue to shoot themselves in the foot. They've done some good things. They've done some bad things. West Shamokin has done some good things. West Shamokin has done some bad things, and as Ward said earlier, that's why one team is 1-5, and the other is looking for their first win, the Wolves, and the Wolves will have winless Conemaugh Valley at home next week. I think that game's at home. Let me check my notes.
I think you're right.
Yes, it is. And West Shamokin losing big at home tonight, or Conemaugh Valley losing big at home tonight to River Valley. Carson Arone, shotgun snap. Carson, as a flag flies, probably going to have a hold on Homer Center. Arone out over the 10-yard line, but I think it's going to be half the distance to the goal. Rocco Buffone on the tackle for the West Shamokin Wolves. I mentioned his dad, Jim. Oh, it's personal foul, face mask. My apologies to Homer Center. Face mask on the Wolves.
That's got to drive Coach Parsons crazy, too. They had him in the hole there.
Tim Buffone inducted into the IUP Sports Hall of Fame. That was a wonderful ceremony in front of a big, big crowd last week. And I bet tomorrow's crowd's going to push 10,000 with The Rock coming into town, nationally ranked. It's going to be a great atmosphere. 1:30 airtime on U92.5 with Jack Benedict, the legend, and Pat Doherty, Jake Slobotnik. We'll have homecoming parade coverage on Renda Digital TV.
Going to have a nice day, too, from what I've seen.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. So to the 25-yard line, a little more breathing room, and the read option, and Carson Arone not going to break free this time. He's going to lose yardage back to about the 5-yard line.
That was pretty bad.
20-yard line, I should say.
Pretty lousy blocking there. He didn't have a chance.
Trey Rocco on the tackle for the Wolves. Defensive end, and injury as Carson Arone is down. It might be a cramp issue, and here comes one of the Wildcats' star players trotting out onto the field. That is trainer Bob Rupert. Injury timeout or timeouts all night long. Brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers. Time to lay away for the holidays. Downtown Indiana location temporarily closed for some renovations and repairs. Do all of your shopping at the Indiana Mall store and take advantage. They are Indiana's Jewelers since 1916. We're at Homer Center. It's 7-7 Wolves and Wildcats on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
For over 90 years, the Graf name has been synonymous with insurance in Armstrong County and the surrounding area. With over 30 insurance brands, the Graf Agency specializes in customizing your insurance to fit your needs. The John F. Graf Insurance Agency offers insurance and related services in personal, business, life, accident, health, government, bonds, and investments. Stop in today and let them give you a quote, or give them a call and let them do your shopping for you. Proud supporter of West Shamokin Athletics.
Off the field under his own power, hopefully just a cramp.
I think that's what it was.
Wildcats have Gabe Cobaugh, Will Jones, twin brother Dan Jones, Caden McAnulty, Eli Turk, Brian Mills, Josh Voluchik, CJ Fairbanks, and Colin Dunn injured. That's a long list.
That's a long list, especially when you're struggling, and those are some key players. I think Braden Dunn is going to take over.
He's not unfamiliar to the position, and he takes the shotgun snap. He's going to load up and throw deep for Colin Doherty. Doherty can't get to it at the 45-yard line of the Wolves, so it'll be 3rd down and 14. Just overthrown a little bit.
Yeah.
Dunn, 24 of 43, 277 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and a couple of interceptions. He has 5 receptions to his credit and nearing 80 rushes. He does it all. And last week with 108 yards rushing, including a 20-yard touchdown run, a forced fumble that set up that touchdown run, 59-yard punt return. He was a pretty easy choice in our Renda Media voting for the IRMC Player of the Week. And he got the trophy and the T-shirt yesterday. Congratulations, Braden. And they hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. And good defense, no blocking it again for Homer Center. And the Wildcats are going to have to send out the punt team. Getting off the bottom of the pile, Trey Rocco for the West Shamokin Wolves, along with outside linebacker Ryan Boer.
Way too much penetration there, Mark. He didn't have a prayer back there. And Homer's got to look to the flats. Yeah, that seems to be the open spot. They can get it out into the flat. It get 4 or 5 yards. Who knows? Missed tackle.
Brady Frazier stands at his own 4-yard line. Snap is strong, and he gets it away. Line drive bounces at the 45, 40, picked up by Wingard. At the 37, he gets over the 40 to the 41. Good kick coverage by Deegan Fedoric and also Riley Cobaugh. We have a media timeout on the field with 5:25 remaining in the first half. West Shamokin 7, Homer Center 7 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
I've always been a very hard worker, and I thought that there was something that smart people that work hard could do differently with the money that you've worked so hard to earn. I consulted First Commonwealth Bank. They said, absolutely there is. And then they called us with a program that was directly suited for us. I've been able to enjoy what I've worked a lifetime to create, and I've done all that with the help of First Commonwealth Bank.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
As we welcome you back to Memorial Field on this beautiful fall evening in early October. West Shamokin, Conemaugh Valley, the only 2 remaining teams now in the Heritage looking for their first win. They'll face each other next weekend at West Shamokin, and Homer Center hoping that West Shamokin will still be looking for their first win. West Shamokin Wolves tied with Marion Center for the second largest school in the Heritage Conference. River Valley first with 191 male students in grades 9 through 11. West Shamokin, Marion Center 182 apiece. West Shamokin at their own 41-yard line with 5:25 left. And they give it up the middle. And I think it's Kimmel and good defense. Jackson Taylor and Cody Bell, Brady Fraser, all in there for the Wildcats.
Kimmel on the carry.
That's big. You stop the first down play. The Wildcats have had a couple series there where they've given up 7 yards.
Yeah, then what's interesting is they kind of recovered and stopped them the next couple plays.
Starting to read it a little better, but it just, they have lapses, and that's when the big plays come in.
See Riley Cobaugh out there. Remember last year, and I'll get back to it after this play, out at West Shamokin, Riley did something that was pretty amazing, actually. And quarterback Cole Wingard on the RPO, and he's popped pretty good and hit by Sean Voluchik, who's really been playing good football for Homer Center. He's one of our Renda Media 5 stars in the program book if you picked one up. But Riley Cobaugh hit big Lou Schwartz last year and knocked him out of the game. Schwartz was a big boy.
Oh, yes.
And Riley really popped him. I remember when Luke came in for a photo op into Renda Media, we spoke about that. Timeout called by West Shamokin with 4:07 left in the first half. Wolves take a timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers in the Indiana Mall. We're knotted up at 7 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of
60 seconds hurt.
Back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy with 3 locations: IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
Hi, my name is Zachary, and this is a bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new bus drivers.
That's right. Smith Bus Company is hiring positions for full and part-time drivers and driver's assistants. They provide transportation for 6 area school districts, and they're proud of the work they do. Apply now at smithbusco.com, equal opportunity employer.
Back with you at Memorial Field. 3rd down and 6 out of the Wolves' timeout. They have Jaden Klonowski lined up as a wing left, and the freshman quarterback Cole Wingard awaiting the shotgun snap from Preston Bellis, and it's the read option, and he has running room, and he has a first down to the Wildcat 48-yard line. Needed 6, got 7, and a new set of downs tackled by Jackson Taylor.
Got to have a spy on that quarterback. He pulls that ball out. He's hitting that hole quickly, and there's nobody there. And Homer needs to make that adjustment.
First down for the Wolves.
Freshman quarterback Cole Wingard, 93 yards on 10 rushes, including a 64-yard touchdown.
And they're all right straight up the middle. Homer's biting on that initial fake.
From the Wildcat 48. Same formation, and he's going to keep it again. He comes near side, has running room, and he's tripped up. Looked like that play was going to go for bigger yardage, but still a first down win for West Shamokin, as Cole Wingard was stopped by Drew Fisher at the 41-yard line, but a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Mentioned Lou Schwartz and his brother. Remember Bo? Wolves have 2 former standouts playing in the PSAC. One will make a visit to IUP's Miller Stadium tomorrow. Lou Schwartz is a freshman tight end at Slippery Rock, not getting playing time yet, while his older brother Bo is a quarterback on the Edinboro University roster. Breaking a tackle, first down yardage and more, and banging his way to the 30-yard line is Caleb Kimmel of the West Shamokin Wolves. Ward, I think what you're going to see here on our Dials of Plumville replay is just some bad tackling by Homer Center.
Another first down.
He broke two tackles and got to the 31-yard line.
And now it's a matter of making a stop for the Wildcats. Before was to get the ball back. Right now their biggest concern is to stop this drive.
Halftime, Northern Cambria 21, Penn's Manor nothing on our out-of-town scoreboard. And Wingard going to keep it. Makes a nice little cut. Now bounces it outside to the 20. Runs through another tackle. 10-5. Touchdown, 31 yards for the freshman Cole Wingard. And he made a couple of black jerseys look silly. And takes it to the house for his second touchdown. He's over 100 yards rushing, and the Wolves have the lead 13-7 with 2:22 left here in the first half.
Well, it's a malady, a problem Homer's had all season long. Is inability to make a basic tackle. They had a couple of shots at him, let them run through him, and that's just inexcusable at this stage of the year. You can't make a simple tackle, and that's what's killing this team right now.
Long snappers Blake Schaefer, holder Ryan Boer, left-footed soccer-style kicker Coleman Stockdale, and the kick is up, and the kick looks good, and it is good. Teams come upfield with 2:22 remaining in the first half. West Shamokin 14, Homer Center 7 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Are you looking to improve the water in your home? When you think of better water, think H2O Restoration. Discover how H2O can give you and your family clean, quality water throughout your home. For your free water analysis and consultation, and to see how H2O can help you improve your water, give them a call at 724-354-3222. Experience the difference that clean water can do for you and your family with H2O Restoration. 724-354-3222.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Coleman Stockdale will tee it up, but first we'll tell you about the Luther Ford Drive summary for the Wolves. 6 plays, 59 yards. It took 3 minutes and 3 seconds. They were 1 for 1 on third down. They picked up 2 first downs. Wingard now, the quarterback, the freshman, 12 carries, 131 yards. He's almost at his season total, which was 155 coming in.
He's a good runner. I won't deny him that, but the tackling has just been atrocious.
Stockdale, good end-over-end kick. Backs Dunn up to the 3-yard line where he corrals the ball to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. He has running room to the 30, to the 35, 40, and he's hit and dropped as he gets to the 44-yard line. But a 40-yard return for Braden Dunn gives the Wildcats some hope before the half comes to an end as they have pretty good field position. That was a great kick. Maybe outkicked his coverage, but I think just an outstanding return. They mark it at the 45, so a 41-yard return officially.
Coleman Stockdale on the tackle, and I'll tell you, he rattled him. That was a good hit by Stockdale. Give Braden credit for being able to get up, but he was on his way. 4-down territory for the Wildcats with just 2:13 left here. I don't know if they got a couple timeouts. They need to score, though.
Wildcats with 2 timeouts remaining. Carson going to give to Dunn, and Dunn is stacked up and tackled for a loss as he came from the left wing position, doing a good job staying home. Was that Jervis Sony? No, it was Trey Rocco.
Yeah, and again, that's what you do.
Dials of Plumville replay.
Watch. They just wait for it to come to them. That is how you defend your end. And Homer chases.
Jaden Klonowski also in on that tackle, one of the linebackers, second on the team with 24 tackles. And we have a timeout going to be called by Homer Center. Timeouts brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers. You can lay away for the holidays. It's that time of year. West Shamokin laying away a 7-point victory, hopefully at the half. That's what they're hoping for. They lead 14-7 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect play and completing it, like choosing to pass instead of run the ball. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. State Farm agent Zachary Mortimer is right here in Armstrong County to help you select the right protection at the right price. Zachary will make sure you understand your insurance coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Zachary Mortimer and his team, when you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
Second down and 13 for the Wildcats out of their own timeout. 1:37 remaining. They stare at the scoreboard in the south end zone. A 14-7 Wolves lead, and taking the shotgun snap, Carson Arone. Going to throw downfield. Riley Cobaugh hauls it in at the 30. That'll be a 28-yard hookup for from Carson Arone to Riley Cobaugh, who caught a big touchdown pass last week. On the tackle was the young man doing it on the offensive side for the Wolves, freshman Cole Wingard.
Nice job by Riley, though. He come across in a deep crossing pattern and just ran under the pass. That's how you do that. Well thrown. 1:26 to go.
From the 28-yard line. Protector is Braden Dunn, and Arone takes the snap, throws over the middle, and overshoots his tight end, Deedon Fedoric, who was breaking open. By the way, for Riley Cobaugh, his 6th reception, and he's had some pretty good chunk plays.
Yeah.
Riley's up over 160 yards in pass receptions, 3 touchdowns to his credit. So it'll be second down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:15 to play here in the first half. The Wildcats trying to get on the board. Keep in mind, Brady Frazier has kicked an Indiana County school record, the sophomore, a 46-yarder earlier this season. That was off the turf at Penn's Manor. So he has a big leg. If the Wildcats can even get a little bit closer, I'm sure they'd take 3. They'd prefer 6. Arone takes the shotgun snap, dances around, throws deep, some confusion, but no, it's Cobaugh out there. No confusion for Riley. He hauls it in inside the 5-yard line. I didn't even see him. And he broke free. And he has a big pickup of about 25 yards. The junior is developing into an outstanding receiver for Homer Center. No field goal now. They want 6. It's first and goal at about the 3-yard line.
Did you see him out there, Mark? I was watching the other receiver and never saw Riley.
Well, he was, from our vantage point, he was kind of shielded by the cornerback, Aiden Osterling. That's why we didn't see him, but obviously Carson Arone saw him, and Carson turns, hands it off to Dunn, breaks a tackle, fighting for the goal line, and he's going to be in for a touchdown. That's that determination that Braden Dunn has, and he gets the Wildcats on the board again. They're within a point. It's 14-13 with 41 seconds left. Braden Dunn, it was only 3 yards, but I'm telling you, it was sensational.
It was. It's huge, too, because Homer's back in the ball game now. It looked like they were going to flounder a little bit. Great job. Great passing by Carson Arone, and certainly Riley Cobaugh, 2 terrific catches.
Done to hold. Brady Frazier, the sophomore right-footed soccer-style kicker. He slipped as he kicked it, but he got it through. This field has been very wet with all of the rain, and we're knotted up at 14 apiece with 41 seconds left here in the first half. It's West Shamokin 14, Homer Center 14 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Great food and fun? And you want to go to the Hidden Dive where all the locals eat? Around these parts, that's Mavericks. Pick your favorites from the jukebox, grab a cold one at the bar, and rack up a round of 8-ball. They've got a new one-page menu that covers it all. Appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and the best wings. Period. Everything is prepared better than you expect. Minutes from anywhere in Homer City, right off 119. Mavericks, drinks, sports, food. Make us proud, Wildcats. You got it.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
The second quarter made possible by State Senator Joe Pittman, proud to support all of our students in the 41st District. Paid for by Friends of Joe Pittman.
Luther Ford drive summary, 6 plays, 55 yards, took a minute 32. Carson Arone 5 of 9 for 90 yards and a touchdown now. Kick is away, taken at the 11-yard line. And with the football, it is Wingert. And he's over the 25 to about the 26 or 27-yard line. See who brought him down on that kick coverage tackle for the Wildcats. Coming up at halftime, a couple of key members of that 1974 team, Joe Mucci and Joe Supko, will join us. Just looking at the Dowds of Plumville replay, Colin Doherty and Riley Cobaugh, some others made that tackle. Riley Cobaugh, how about 53 yards of reception yardage on that touchdown drive?
That's terrific, just terrific catches.
1st and 10 at their own 27. And they hand it off, and running into the official was Klanowski, and the official goes down. And if not for the official, maybe Klanowski's still running. Do we credit the official with the tackle?
He's a big boy, Klanowski, and again, how they missed him.
Riley Cobaugh on the tackle, but a gain of 16 yards.
Just off tackle play. Yeah, I mean, that's just tackling. That line's got to get some penetration.
I thought the official made a pretty good tackle.
Yeah, he did.
Wingert to pass, steps up and eludes pressure, rolls to his right, throws downfield out of bounds. And they go up on the hillside, but that's 10 or 15 yards out of bounds on the far side of the field with 9 seconds left in the half. Our Renda Media 5 stars in the program book from last week, Braden Dunn, of course, sophomore Carson Arone, Sean Voluchik, senior outside linebacker, Riley Cobaugh, who did a little bit of everything, and Jackson Taylor, who was strong on defense and special teams.
Big stop. Last play, I believe the Wildcats should receive.
No, they, wait.
We were confused on that because I believe they kicked off.
Yeah, they will receive the second half kickoff. You're correct. 2nd down and 10, as you always are, and there's a flag for delay of game. So after an incomplete pass, you take a delay of game, and that's maybe a freshman mistake. Cole Wingert, who's not made many.
No, he has been outstanding. They got to be tickled to death with him knowing he's just a freshman.
Our Wildcat flashback feature that we always have at halftime, it's going to be live here in the booth with a couple of members of the 74 team. And then, Ward, I may dispatch you down to see if you can catch Ron Coleman in the end zone and chat with him for a minute or two at some point during the half or early in the third quarter. Try to get it during the half if we can, just to alert our field cameraman Chris Yonner. And the snap goes through the legs of the quarterback, who dives on it, and there's a flag on the play. And that might, let's see what the flag's going to be on. Did they catch the hold that everybody was yelling for? The snap went through the through the quarterback's legs, Cole Wingert, all the way back to the 24-yard line. So that's a loss of 13. Holding on the Wolves. There's only 4 seconds left, so they'll give head coach Greg Page the option. Coach Page in his 18th season, 113 wins, 81 losses. He's 4-4 against West Shamokin. Coach Phil Parks, his first game as a head coach against the Wildcats. Coach Page, owners of the owner of 2 District 6 championships, took the only Indiana County team to a state championship. Unfortunately came up short against Jeanette, but the only team in Indiana County ever to get that far back in 2017. They restart the clock and they'll let it expire, and we have played 24 minutes of football here at Memorial Field. Coming back with our SCG Hobby halftime show, including a couple of guests from that 74 team, our Wildcat flashback feature brought to you by Mavericks. Many team members, including myself. I wasn't a team member, but I spent some time with them last night at Mavericks. That was a lot of fun. Our score at the half: Homer Center 14, West Shamokin 14. Our SCG Hobby halftime show coming up next on the IRMC Renda Media Football.
Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well-stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go!
Let's go! We're getting higher and higher.
Almost as high as the closing fees on those mortgages we sold last month.
And we keep getting higher.
I know. Our closing costs are making us a fortune right now.
They sure are, but I meant we are getting higher towards the moon.
Hey, and the best thing is our customers can't find us up here.
Tired of closing costs and hidden fees going to the moon? Are you fed up with online mortgage companies treating you like an astronaut who doesn't have problems with things going higher and higher? Refinancing or purchasing a new home? InFirst Bank is here for you. They've been the trusted local mortgage lender for over 100 years. They won't surprise you with increased closing costs or hidden fees, only personalized service. They'll work with you every step of the way to get you into the home of your dreams. InFirst Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
InFirst Bank, here for you since 1922.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
More choices and more savings at Walbeck Insurance. 479-9378. 479-9378.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
The Homer Center marching band under the direction of John Stolar is doing an outstanding job down on the field. We are tied in this football game, 14 apiece. We will be getting to radio replays in just a little while. West Shamokin had the only touchdown in the first quarter. Their freshman quarterback, Cole Wingard, kind of stole the show. And then Carson Arone, the Wildcats sophomore Q, not to be outdone, brought the Wildcats back with a couple of passes to Riley Cobos, setting up Braden Dunn's touchdown run late in the half to tie the game up at 14. When we return on our SCGO Hobby halftime show, you'll see on Renda Digital TV a couple of former Wildcats that Chris Yonner will keep them here. Does he have his camera with him here? We'll get the two Joes, Joe Mucci and Joe Supko, if you're watching on Renda Digital TV. And we'll talk about that 74 team on our Mavericks Wildcat Flashback. That and more when our SCG Hobby halftime show continues. West Shamokin 14, Homer Center 14 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
I'm Senator Joe Pittman. From Indiana to Westmoreland and Jefferson to Armstrong counties, I'm dedicated to supporting every student in the 41st District. As Senate Majority Leader, I'm committed to ensuring our kids have the opportunities they deserve, whether it's excelling in athletics or engaging in extracurricular activities or achieving academic excellence. Together, we're building a strong foundation for our children's future. I appreciate your support and encourage you to vote, whether by mail or in person, on a...
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
And we welcome you back inside our S&T Bank broadcast booth. People Forward Banking, S&T Bank, and our Mavericks Wildcat Flashback is live this week because we're honoring the 1974 team on a night they defeated the Blairsville Bobcats 16-0 back on October 4th of 1974. Say that isn't true, guys. And if you're watching, you're seeing a couple of the standout players from that team. Joe Mucci to my left and to my right, Joe Supko, and they both came a considerable distance. Joe Mucci from Colorado, Joe Supko from the state of Florida. And guys, this whole thing, Joe Supko, I'll start with you. It's been a lot of fun. I know many of the team members were joined the current team at the little post-practice dinner, and then last night our sponsor of our Wildcat Flashback, Mavericks, a lot of folks down there, and tonight the celebration on the field brings you back, doesn't it?
Yeah, yes it does, Mark. It's great seeing everybody after 50 years. We appreciate the school district, Renda, for all the attention they gave to our team, and we were a team. We played as a team, and it's good seeing everybody back. A lot of people came from far away, and we're going to have a fun night tonight, right, Mooch?
Joe?
Absolutely. It's been a long time that we ran into these players, these support staff, and it was good to get back and see everybody, and pretty impressed with the turnout.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You know, Coach Coleman told me yesterday what he remembers, a lot of memories from that season, but in particular he was telling Braden Dunn, who scored right in front of you at the end of the half there, and it was me, Braden, and Coach Coleman, a hit that you laid on a United player right in front of the Homer Center bench where you literally lifted him off the ground 5 feet or so and drove him into the sideline, and he said he never heard a sound from an opposing player like that sound, and I have no idea if you'd be able to remember that hit because you delivered a lot of them.
Well, no, I don't remember that. Sorry to say. Sounds pretty good, but it's football, so there's a lot of that goes on in any game, so I appreciate the acknowledgement by Coach Coleman.
Joe, what do you remember most, Joe Mucci, about that 74 season?
Well, we had a lot of talent, so we could attack from any standpoint on the field. We had Joe and myself and Kevin Anderson. You never knew who was going to run the ball. Pretty much was equaled out in the opportunity. And if you focus too much on the running game, you had Jimmy Plaucha throwing to Tony Piccolini and Tim Appleton. So that's what made that team special. And then the defense, what did you say earlier, about 79 points?
79, right?
Yeah, that defense was something else. So that was really both sides of the ball, very impressive in that team.
Joe Supko, you were a part of it on both sides of the ball. I know you were known as a pretty big hitter yourself on the defensive side. Your biggest takeaways from that 74 season?
I think one of the biggest games was Blairsville, and I watched that running back make a run from 32 yards and basically run over 4 people. Joe Mucci never ran. He ran through people. He ran at people. And, over the years, Mark, people have always asked me, who was the best player you ever played against? And you think about it. And I think over and I say, you know what? From an opposing team, I can't think of one. But there was a guy on my team who was the best player. And I said, that's Joe Mucci. And I enjoyed watching him run. As I said, Mooch didn't run away from people, he ran over people.
And you guys had some pretty nice linemen. Can't forget Andy Ganevas and Kerry Wardo in that group.
Kerry Wardo, Timmy Appleton, they were a group. They were the ghetto men. And that was the important thing. I'm sorry. That was the important thing. And, one thing to take away, too, we had a lot of talent, and we were big, and we lost a 6'6", 275-pound lineman our senior year who transferred to Kiski Prep, Greenwood. So, what a difference it would have made if he was on the team. But it was an outstanding group. We played like a team, and it was fun. It's fun seeing everybody tonight.
Well, you got even with him because you went down there on a muddy Saturday and defeated them 20-0.
Most definitely.
And you finished the season. The only down note was a 7-2 loss in the final week of the season. There were some injuries, Joe. Maybe you were even out of that game, Joe. Both Joes, were you out of that game against Ligonier Valley with injuries, Joe?
I played, but in and out.
Yeah. So that was tough, and that was in an absolute monsoon, right?
Yes, it was. It was a rough night, unfortunately, but, all in all, good season.
Our Wildcat flashbacks all season long, and they will continue, friends, until the end of the season on our halftime show. Ron Coleman, 10 years. Was a good coach, had a great staff, was really known as a motivator, I think. How do you describe Coach Coleman's style, Joe, and what did he mean as far toward the success of that year's team?
Well, I think 2 things. We were always prepared. We were very well coached in every aspect of the game. And then the other factor, as you mentioned, he knew how to get you to show up every practice and every game.
Did he ever get your attention?
All the time. I think my junior year more than our senior year, and I'll give you a 2 example. Against Pence Manor, we came back, we won that game, they were undefeated, and I remember scoring a touchdown. And I must have did a little more in the end zone than what I was supposed to. And when I came off the field, he was already on the 15-yard line. He was congratulating the lineman. What a job, good job. He stopped me, he says, Joey, that was a great run, but don't ever do that again in the end zone. We win with pride and respect, so he got my attention.
All right, guys, we could talk to you forever. I appreciate you coming up. A lot of fun. I like the fact that Homer Center honors tradition, as you guys know. And I doubt, I know you tune in. You watched last week a little bit. You follow the program, and I think Homer Center's had the most success out of any Indiana County school. The 4 District 6 championships, the only Indiana County school ever to make it to a state championship, and you guys were part of the ground, work that made it all happen through the years. Just one of the many great teams.
Absolutely. Long history at this school, and very proud to be part of that.
Then Joe, Coach Page, 18 years. Coach Coleman, Coach Faust was here a long time. A lot of schools churn coaches. Homer Center's been blessed with some stability, and I think that's been important to the success.
Most definitely. It's the tradition. I mean, people look back, you still remember players before us by their number, who wore that number, and they still goes on to this day. It's just a Wildcat tradition, and once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Yeah, and Joe, I have to say it because we have to get this in just in case there's any relatives on the Supco side watching. You are the one Supco that finished the line for me.
They got his uniform dirty.
I know that line through the years. Ed, if you're watching, take that. I saw cousin Rick Supco in the house. I thought he was going to come up, but he didn't stop up to say hello. Guys, thanks for doing this. Enjoy the rest of your night. If you can get Coach Coleman under wraps down there, Ward's going to come down and get a quick word with the coach. I know that's a little bit difficult for him to navigate the steps. So our SCG Hobby Halftime Show will continue with first half replays when we continue from Memorial Field in Homer City with the score West Shamokin 14, Homer Center 14. You're listening and watching on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
SCG Hobby. It's in the name. Sports cards, comics, gaming, and more. Speaking of more, they also have a huge selection of Legos, board games, Dungeons & Dragons, and Warhammer. Whatever you fancy, they've got you covered. Come join the SCG family for fun events and tournaments nightly, including Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And more. Dive into a world of sports and fantasy at the SCG Hobby nearest you, with locations in Indiana, Latrobe, Altoona, and North Huntington. Find out more by logging into scghobby.com.
When it comes to screen printing and promotional items, nobody does it better than S&S Screen Printing of Indiana. Stop in and check out how S&S Screen Printing can help your business, school, or booster club grow with a full line of apparel and promotional items. Or visit them online and see the full lineup at snscreenprinting.net. snscreenprinting.net. Yes, snscreenprinting.net. S&S Screen Printing, 1200 School Street in Indiana. At S&S Screen Printing, they do it right here.
Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
Now it's the Homer Center Marching Band performing under the direction of John Stolars. The West Shamokin Band had performed earlier. Let's get to the first half recap. West Shamokin, on their third possession of the game, got on the board first. They started a drive at their own 33-yard line. They were faced with a 3rd down and 7 when their freshman quarterback got them on the board. 3 receivers to the right, and the quarterback keeps it. And Wingard's into secondary, and he's going to take it down the left sideline. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, the freshman. His second rushing touchdown of the season. And he takes it 64 yards, and the West Shamokin Wolves draw first blood. They lead Homer Center 6-0. Coleman Stockdale's extra point made it 7-0 with 1:13 left in the quarter. That's where we were at heading to the second. Wildcats started a drive late in the first at their own 35-yard line, got a 26-yard run from Carson Arone to the Shamokin 39. They started in West Shamokin territory, a 22-yard run in the second quarter from Carson Arone to the West Shamokin 15. Looked like they were maybe going to sputter, but on a 3rd down and 10, it was the Homer Center young Q going to work. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. The entire offensive unit came over to the sideline. Ocean Maritita and Riley Kobaugh, receivers to the left, and Arone to pass. Arone fires underneath. Receiver Deegan Fedoric breaks the tackle. Right pylon into the end zone for a touchdown. 15-yard touchdown pass. Carson Arone's 3rd of the season, and for Deegan Fedoric, his 2nd. He had his first at Penn's Manor, and the Wildcats are within a point. It's 7-6. Well done by the sophomore Carson Arone. Brady Fraser's extra point knotted the game up at 7, 37 seconds into the second quarter. West Shamokin, midway through the second, started a drive at their own 41 on a 3rd and 6. 7-yard Cole Wingard run took it to Homer Center's 48-yard line. They got it down to the 31-yard line when the freshman quarterback again called his own number. And Wingard going to keep it. Makes a nice little cut, now bounces it outside to the 20. Runs through another tackle, 10-5, touchdown, 31 yards for the freshman Cole Wingard. And he made a couple of black jerseys look silly and takes it to the house for his 2nd touchdown. He's over 100 yards rushing, and the Wolves have the lead 13-7 with 2:22 left here in the first half. 14-7 after Coleman Stockdale's extra point capped off the 6-play 59-yard drive that took 3:03. 2:22 left. They got an outstanding Stockdale kick, but Braden Dunn took it at the 4-yard line, returned it 41 yards to the 45. And then a couple of big pass plays. Carson Arone to Riley Cobaugh, 28 yards to the West Shamokin 28, and then 25 yards to the West Shamokin 3, where Braden Dunn finished things off, basically what he had started with that kickoff return. Hands it off to Dunn, breaks a tackle, fighting for the goal line, and he's going to be in for a touchdown. That's that determination that Braden Dunn has. And he gets the Wildcats on the board again. They're within a point. It's 14-13 with 41 seconds left. Braden Dunn, it was only 3 yards, but I'm telling you, it was sensational. Brady Fraser's extra point tied up the game at 14 apiece, and that's the way the first half ended. We'll be getting to the stats and more, but we're going to come back with Homer Center former coach Ron Coleman and Ward Hilliard when the SCG Hobby Halftime Show continues, knotted up at 14 apiece on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar to new heights. Voted Best Social Club and Best Sportsman's Club in Indiana County 2024. The club is proud of their newly remodeled bar area and is excited about the new air purification system that has been installed, the same technology that area casinos use. New large screen TVs, flooring, skills games, and more. Pizza nights every Thursday and Friday during Wildcat season. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go! Let's go Wildcats!
14-14. Ron Coleman, former coach of the Wildcats, 69-79. He's down on the field with Ward Hilliard as we honor the 50th anniversary of the 1974 team. Ward, we're going to send it down to you.
Nothing. I got to go.
Well, thanks, Mark. I got Coach Coleman here, and he's been on the air more than Art Linklater here. We've had him every week, and you're going to keep going through this season. But, this is getting to be a habit. This is the second time you've done this. This is going to get pretty much routine for you.
Yeah, we're just going to do this every couple of years, regardless of who it is.
Well, you get a great turnout. That's good for me seeing these guys. I remember them when they played. The thing that's toughest for me is that they're in their late 60s. I thought,
Oh, you and I aren't getting any older.
No, they're getting older, but I don't.
We're good.
I look fine. It's got to be fun to see all of these guys together again.
It's absolutely terrific. I was looking forward to it. We had a really terrific night last night. We got to meet the players earlier in the afternoon. And then we had a little social hour later, and we're going to kind of do the same thing this evening. So we'll be telling a lot of tall tales, I guess.
Well, these guys behind me were real big parts of that team, and it's good to see them here. How did the team react, the current team, to you guys being in there?
I don't. That's a really good question. Afterwards, I thought about it, and I said to myself, and again, you have to be in a mind, I guess, of a 17-year-old. They were looking at a bunch of guys who were playing football 50 years ago. I'm sure half of them said there was football 50 years ago. What did they dress like? I can imagine what the thought process was running through their heads. But it really was quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it was good football too, folks. And I'm sure if those of you that remember it, I certainly do, it was a real pleasure to watch you guys play, and it's a credit to you to have these guys coming back every time we ask them to. That's great.
One of the nice things about this group, even back then in '74, was they had a real tight bond amongst themselves. I guess in the sense of the word, they were each other's friends, and that made our job as coaches a lot easier. They covered each other's backs for us. We didn't have to tell them to do that. They did it automatically, and that was part of the fun that we had with them. And I guess in a general sense, that was part of the reason we had the success we did.
Well, you certainly had a lot to do with that, Ron, and I appreciate you taking the time for the interview. Mr. Burdick had me come down here and bother you, but I appreciate the time, and I'll see you later down at the club.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Back to you, Mark.
All right. Thank you, Ward, with former coach Ron Coleman. And let's give you the stats real quick before we get to the start of the second half. Homer Center led on the ground by Carson Arone, 8 carries, 73 yards. Carson was 5 of 9 passing for 90 yards. The Wildcats with a total of 169 yards at the half. West Shamokin, their quarterback, the young Cole Wingard, 12 carries, 131 yards rushing and a couple of touchdowns. And passing, only 1 attempt. So they had 173 yards of total offense to the Wildcats, 169. So pretty even, Steven. Time of possession, 12:39 to 11:31, favoring West Shamokin. Out-of-town scoreboard as we get set for the second half kickoff, brought to you by Grand Beginnings Children's Center. Halftime, River Valley 40, Conemaugh Valley nothing. Cambria Heights 37, Conemaugh Township 6, 21-0 Northern Cambria over Penns Manor as the kick is away. And it's taken and dropped by Colin Doherty at the 10-yard line. He picks it up, slips, and he's going to be tackled inside his own 15-yard line. So not an ideal start for Homer Center. Getting back to the out-of-town scoreboard, United Valley 21, Portage nothing, Marion Center 34, Purchase Line nothing, Hampton 20, Indiana nothing. That's our out-of-town scoreboard as we get back to action here, and the Wildcats will take over at their own 15. So that was a bungled return. So 15-yard line, the line of scrimmage. This game tied at 14 apiece. Great to have the 74 team back. You can tell they're really enjoying it. And the pride they have in the program, as I mentioned, some of them coming from California, Joe Mucci from Colorado, Joe Supko from Florida, and some others traveling long distances. The pride in this program. As Braden Dunn gets the handoff, a short gain up to about the 17-yard line. Dawson Runco on the stop for the West Shamokin Wolves. Dawson and Hunter Runco on the Wolves roster are brothers. Dawson, who made that tackle, a freshman, 6 feet, 215 pounds. Wildcats, Carson Arone from the shotgun, awaiting the snap of Zach Wilson. Protector in there is done. They fake the handoff, throw out in the flat to Riley Cobaugh. Makes a pretty good little move to gain some positive yardage up to the 21-yard line, where Dawson Runco again made the tackle. And it'll set up third down and a manageable 3 for Homer Center. Good quick cut as we look on our dials of Plumville replay on our monitor in the booth. And Riley's been busy tonight. And he made that quick move, got him at least some positive yardage. And it's 3rd and 3. Football right on the hash mark on the Wildcats sideline if you're watching. Wide side of the field toward the Shamokin bench. Braden Dunn in the backfield. Sophomore quarterback Carson Arone going to keep it all the way. And Carson, fighting for yardage, has a first down. I think he was hit in his own backfield and was able to fight off of a tackle. As we get a replay, we'll look at it and describe it on WCCS radio. Yeah, he was hit and just kind of dragged a defender with him as he took Preston Ballas for a little bit of a ride, who's in there defensively. Outside of the numbers on the left side is Ocean Maritita as a receiver. And Arone throws out in the flat to Riley Cobaugh. Riley spun around and going to be pushed out of bounds by Hunter Winghart.
Spun out of bounds by Hunter.
Those are safe plays, and if you can gain positive yardage, although that one gains just a couple. But they have been there, and they do open things up downfield, too. So the football mark at the 28-yard line. This drive started at the 15. Second down and 8 to go. Colin Doherty, receiver on the short side of the field. Deegan Fedoruk split from the tight end position. They reposition Dunn, and now a flag, and it's going to be offside on West Shamokin. And that will set up a second down and short. Don't forget, the 74 team will be at the Greyston Coral Sportsman's Club for a post-game celebration. That is open to the public. Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, our wonderful video streaming partner, our presenting sponsor, making these games possible. Without them, we can't do what we do.
Second down and 4.
So thank them by supporting them. Over 1,200 members strong, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Second down and about 4, and Carson Arone throws, has a receiver. Cobom, quick move on his feet at the 40 to the 45, 50. Breaks a tackle, finally forced out of bounds. That's going to be about 27 yards or so from Arone to Cobom.
27 yards on the reception.
Ryan Boer on the tackle on the force out. They put it at the 39-yard line, so 28 yards officially. Cobom's been busy. His younger brother, a freshman, has been on the injury shelf. They hope to get him back before the end of the season. Ward must have gone to the concession stand. He's still missing in action. First and 10 at the 39-yard line, and they hand it off to Dunn. Dunn dances through a pretty good hole opened up, has part of a positive yardage. That's a first down win to about the 32 or 33-yard line, where he's stopped by Jaden Klanowski, one of the outside linebackers. They put it down at the 33. So a gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4 inside of 10 minutes. Our studio engineer tonight doing an outstanding job. Thank you, Josh Whittison, who also anchors morning news for us. Cobom, 6 catches for 77 yards. Tonight, handoff. Actually, Carson Arone keeps it this time. And not a lot going on for Carson. They put it down right at the line of scrimmage as it was stacked up by Connor Gervasoni, the 6'4", 300-pound junior who leads the team with 29 tackles. Blake Schaefer's had a good game. He leads West Shamokin with 3 sacks this season. Again, Riley Cobom, 6 receptions, 77 yards here tonight. Where is he? He's lined up as a slot left. Shotgun snap to Arone. Pressure. Rolls out. Backside pressure now coming. Going to throw it on the run, but too tall for Deegan Fedoruk at the 20-yard line. So it'll be fourth down and 4 with 8:24 left. Carson was running for his life.
He was open, too.
4th and 4 from the Shamokin 33-yard line, wide side of the field toward the Wildcat bench. Wolves have dropped 8 straight games dating back to last year. Their last win came on October 13th of last year, 27-24 over Homer Center. Correction, Riley Cobom, by the way, 87 yards in receptions, and now a timeout called by the Homer Center Wildcats. Our timeout's brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers, where you can lay away for the holidays. They are Indiana's Jewelers since 1916, Luxembourg's Jewelers. Big 4th and 4 for the Wildcats when we return, knotted up at 14 apiece on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
MarionCenterBank.com. Looking for a bank that's rooted in your community? Looking for a bank that has all the latest options that a hometown bank should have? For personal and business banking, home loans and student loans, and fraud protection that's state-of-the-art, trust Marion Center Bank. With locations servicing Indiana, Armstrong, and Cambria counties. Struggling with student loan applications and decisions? Now is the perfect time to inquire about student loans at Marion Center Bank. MarionCenterBank.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Wildcats go empty and now send Cobom in motion, and they fake the jet to him, and Arone being chased, throws on the run, has Fedoruk, but he needs to gain a lot of ground, and I don't think he's going to get there. Let's see, inside the 30. It's going to be very close, actually. Going to depend on the spot. And maybe is going to be a first down. Yes, Fedoruk got there. Here's the replays. They faked the jet to Riley Kobaugh, and Arone was running for his life and threw on the run, and Fedoruk used a stiff arm and fought off the tackle of Rocco Buffon to pick up a first down. Outstanding on both ends, Arone and Fedoruk. On a big 4th and 4. Now they fake the counter, and Arone to the far sideline, to the 25, to the 20, takes it to the left sideline, to the pylon, and a touchdown for Carson Arone from 28 yards. He converted the big 4th and 4 and then finished it off. He's having an outstanding game, and it's 20-14 Homer Center as they take their first lead of the night.
That was a beautiful play, Mark. They faked the reverse. Carson did a nice job of ball handling and tucking it in. And once he got to the edge, he made a nice move downfield about 10 yards to get into the end zone.
28-yard effort. Fraser to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Braden Dunn. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. No good. Wide right. So the extra point misses. 7:51 to play in the third quarter. It's now Homer Center 20 and the West Shamokin Wolves 14 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Ready for your next adventure? With Repine Travel, unforgettable memories are just around the corner. November 10th to 16th, immerse yourself in the excitement of Branson, Missouri. Or get swept up in the holiday magic of New York City, December 8th to 10th. And mark your calendars for October 2025. Set sail on a no-fly Islands in the Bahamas cruise aboard the luxurious Symphony of the Seas. Relax and explore the islands like never before. A big thank you to everyone who voted Repine Travel the best travel agency in the best of Indiana County. Book now with
Luther Ford Drive Summary Award.
10 plays, 85 yards, 4 minutes. That's an old Homer Center type of drive there. 1 of 2 on the pass, and 1-on-1 on 4th down. Arone was, he has 11 for 106 and a touchdown. I think that's 106 passing yards. I'm not sure.
I think that might be rushing, actually. Let's see.
That could very well be, yeah.
On the return for the West Shamokin Wolves, it is Hunter Wingert.
Yeah, I just got back from it. It's hard to get away from it.
Jerry, let me see your stat sheet for Homer real quick. Tell you real fast here, Jerry, on the other side of our equipment. Yeah, rushing yardage, around 11 rushes, 106 yards. But passing, he's doing a good job, too. He was 5 of 9 in the first half for 90 yards.
Ball up there on 21-yard line.
Yeah, he's having a big night. They're going to need that.
So West Shamokin starts at their own 21-yard line.
Here's where they need to pick it up right here, defense.
Drew Fisher, cornerback, out here with Riley Kobaugh as the Wolves spread the field a little bit. And they go split backs to each side, and they hand it off to Klanowski, and he rips off 12 yards on first down.
Brought down by Maritita.
Ocean Maritita on the tackle. Now we have a whistle. Maybe an injury on Klanowski, and he has, I think, been nicked up a couple of times this season. Of course, this deep into the season, who hasn't? So there's a timeout on the field. Our timeouts all night long, sponsored by Luxembourg's Jewelers. Their downtown location closed due to some water damage from up above the main store, and they're battling through that and working feverishly to get things restored and back up and running. So the Indiana Mall store, the only location open, you can lay away for the holidays, at Luxembourg's Indiana's Jewelers since 1916. The Wildcats leading by the same score they won by last week, 20-14. Timeout, some attention being given to the injured Jaden Klanowski, and we hope that ends well for Jaden and the Wolves. Wildcats 20, Wolves 14 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Old water system.
Are you looking to improve the water in your home? When you think of better water, think H2O Restoration. Discover how H2O can give you and your family clean, quality water throughout your home. For your free water analysis and consultation, and to see how H2O can help you improve your water, give them a call at 724-354-3222. Experience the difference that clean water can do for you and your family with H2O Restoration. 724-354-3222.
For over 90 years, the Graf name has been synonymous with insurance in Armstrong County and the surrounding area. With over 30 insurance brands, the Graf Agency specializes in customizing your insurance to fit your needs. The John F. Graf Insurance Agency offers insurance and related services in personal, business, life, accident, health, government, bonds, and investments. Stop in today and let them give you a quote, or give them a call and let them do your shopping for you. Proud supporter of West Shamokin Athletics.
Off the field under his own power. West Shamokin, 1st and 10 after that Klanowski run at their own 34-yard line. So a 13-yard run by Jaden. And now coming around the left end is the fullback Kimmel. And Kimmel runs over one defender and gets maybe a yard or two to the 40. Drew Fisher on the tackle for Homer Center.
That was Riley Goldbar who come up brilliantly and hit him, but didn't wrap him. That's two parts to the tackle. Once the initial hit, and then you wrap them with your arm.
Carson Arone, 11 carries, 106 yards for Homer Center, 9 of 14 for 128 yards passing, 20 touches, 234 yards. Pretty good night. That's Quick Stats brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank.
Probably his best of the year right now.
Not probably, definitely. Quarterback is met by Hayden Bentz. Good job closing the hole and reading that. And Cole Wingard, the freshman, went down hard. Hayden Bentz, a sophomore, 5'10", 207-pounder. So the Wildcats, and probably you could say the same about the Wolves, have done some good things here tonight, but it's the consistency for both of these ball clubs that has caused issues. And Wingard is shaken up, and the officials spot it because he went down pretty hard, and they're going to say he has to come out of the game. So there's an injury timeout again with 6:20 left in the third quarter as we slowly move along, but some concern for the freshman quarterback. So we'll probably see Ryan Boer, who started this season as the starter for the first few games, when we return on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network. Homer Center leading 20-14.
What's the most popular 5-passenger SUV in central Pennsylvania? That's an easy one. It's the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, of course. You see them everywhere. I mean everywhere. And why not? It's by far the greatest value on the market. With more standard features than most, great fuel economy, and the best warranty on the planet, buying a new Outlander Sport's an easy choice above all others. You gotta have one. Get your best Mitsubishi deal today at the Mitsubishi Giant.
5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. It doesn't get better than this.
And up to about the 44-yard line, Hayden Bentz and Brady Fraser on the tackle, but it's a new set of downs for the Wolves at their own 44-yard line. So Ryan Boer has experience this year. He started the first few games. He's 6 of 16, 3 interceptions, 34 yards passing. And he's in there right now, or let's see. Yeah, I believe that's still Boer. And Boer hands it off, and Kimmel from the 44 up to about the 48-yard line for a gain of 4. 5:30 left in the third quarter, 20-14 Wildcats.
Cats' defensive line has got to do a better job of plugging gaps. They're not doing that. You're giving up 4 or 5 yards to carry. That's not going to work out too good for you.
Ball on the left hash. The grounds crew led by Mookie Wilson. They had their hands full with all of the rain this week. Really couldn't get on the field at all until Thursday. Cut the grass today. 2nd and 6. And they give it to Kimmel around the right end. Then the defensive end got sucked in, and Kimmel's down the right sideline. And he runs through a tackle, and he's tackled inside the 20 and down close to the 10-yard line. And look upfield, Ward, if we get this on camera. Riley Cobaugh has a cramp, and immediately a West Shamokin Wolf jumps in as a trainer.
Yeah, stretching it out. That's terrific.
Our camera
don't see that much, huh?
That was good sportsmanship by Hunter Wingert as they attend to Riley Cobaugh. But right after the play, Riley obviously said, I got a cramp. And Hunter Wingert said, well, hey, let me help you out here. And they attend to Riley with 4:50 left in the third quarter. Another injury timeout brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers in the Indiana Mall. 20-14 Wildcats, but the Wolves looking for the go-ahead touchdown and extra point if they can get it when we return on the IRMC Renda Media.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
.38-yard run from Kimmel to the Homer Center 14-yard line. Riley Cobaugh off the field under his own power. And the Wolves poised to tie this game up and maybe take the lead if they can convert the extra point with their backup quarterback, Ryan Boer, who hands it off again and just smash-mouth football as Kimmel takes it inside the 10 and a first down win for West Shamokin.
Benson on the stop.
Hayden Bentz on the stop for the Homer Center Wildcats. But this drive that started at their own 21 with 7:45 left in the third quarter, using the ground attack, they have moved it right down the field.
Yeah, having very little difficulty. Again, the defensive line has got to do a better job of penetrating, closing those gaps.
2nd down, 4 to go. Football at the 8-yard line of the Wildcats, and the freshman quarterback is back in there, and he hands it off. And Kimmel, a tough yard to the 7 for Homer Center. Dom Shimko, inside linebacker, making that tackle.
Gain of about a yard, bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Under 4 minutes to play here. If you're watching, you can see the view from the end zone with Chris Yonner, our sideline cameraman. Up top, Ted Maseko bringing you the pictures of tonight's game. 3rd down and 3. Cole Wingard, the quarterback. To his right is Caleb Kimmel. And they hand it off to Kimmel up the middle into the end zone or not. The Wildcats
on the carry.
Hold them out, or do they? No signal.
Very close.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line. I thought Kimmel was going to take that in.
I did too, but again, they're just blowing holes in that. They're not even worried about throwing the ball.
1st and goal for the Wolves.
Get 4 or 5 yards at a pop.
Kimmel now over 100 yards rushing. Quarterback Cole Wingard, 132. Caleb Kimmel, 15 rushes, 101 yards.
Whoever has the ball last.
38-yarder to set this all up. And Wingard sets a man in motion. Takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Kimmel. Kimmel stood up, fighting for the goal line. They push him back, and they hold him out. Good defense by Homer Center, getting up off the bottom of the pile. Dom Shimko again, and Kimmel getting up slowly as he was popped pretty good. Hayden Bentz also being credited. So 2nd down and goal.
2nd down and
goal. Football looks to be at about the half-yard line. 10th play of the drive for the West Shamokin Wolves, trying to tie this game up. They trail 20-14. Cole Wingard, shotgun snap, hands it off. Kimmel, touchdown, West Shamokin Wolves. And he deserved that touchdown because he did a lot of the heavy lifting on the drive as they take it 79 yards. And with 2:14 left in the third quarter, we're knotted up at 20, and the Wolves are an extra point away from taking the lead.
It's a team that was averaging, 14 points a game?
5.3.
5.3. Well, they're pushing, quadrupling it right now. This is a big point, obviously.
Coleman Stockdale to attempt it out of the hold of Ryan Boer. Stockdale's made his first two, and there's a flags everywhere.
Flag on the play.
Illegal procedure on the Wolves, so they'll back it up 5 yards. 2:14 left.
It's another example of, I've been talking about these kickers all across the conference. There's some excellent place kickers. This young man here looks to be very good also, so that 5 yards will affect him.
So they back it up to the 15-yard line. It'll be a 25-yard extra point. The long snapper for PATs is Blake Schaefer. Ryan Boer, the holder, left-footed soccer-style kicker, snap a bit high, and the kick is up, and the kick, did it catch the right upright? It did, it's good, and the Wolves have the lead as they hunt their first win of the season. Right now they have the better of it. It's West Shamokin 21 and the Homer Center Wildcats 20. You're listening and watching on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
On that drive for West Shamokin, Caleb Kimmel, it was a 79-yard drive. He carried 9 times for 65 of those 79 yards. It was an 11-play, 79-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Drive summaries all night long, driven by Luther Ford Lincoln, Route 119 in Homer City. Some great deals are open tomorrow, and they also will bring you Coach's Corner from 8 to 10. Kick is away, and Braden Dunn, as a whistle goes off, and I'm not sure why there was a whistle. Inadvertent, maybe, Ward.
I don't know. I didn't see any flag. Do you?
No. So, but they look like. I heard
Let's see, officials weren't set.
Sound like an air horn or a tuba or something. As the late Goose Gosselin would say, there's a difference between a tuba and a sousaphone, you know?
You told me that a few times. A tuba's a tuba. Well, they're kicking again from the 40, so no harm, no foul, but that was interesting.
This West Shamokin team has lost 3 games this year by identical 42-0 scores. 3-42 zip, but they have 21 on the board here tonight. And Stockdale's kick is taken by Dunn at the 11-yard line to the 15 to the 20 with authority to the 30. And tackled at about the 33-yard line. And making that tackle, Dawson Runco, who's had a pretty good game. He's a pretty good-sized kid. He's a freshman. And he stands 6 feet, 215 pounds, and he's been active tonight.
You know, for 2 teams with 1 win between them, this has been a pretty hard-hitting game. I've seen some real good tackles out here. Then again, I've seen a lot of missed tackles.
Yeah, it's gone both ways, hasn't it?
But they're slugging each other pretty good here, and the Wildcats now have got to do something offensively.
Carson Arone with the sidecar right. Braden Dunn trips to the right for Homer Center. And they throw out in the flat to Riley Kobar. Riley spins, fights for a couple of tough yards to the 35. Where, again, Runco and also for West Shamokin, it was Hunter Winkart, the right cornerback that came up, left cornerback. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Riley's going to sleep well tonight. He's been very, very busy.
That play may have done better to the wide side to give him a little room.
Keep in mind, I mentioned at Purchase Line, and it almost worked. They've gone to it enough where they might do a little pump fake out in the flat, and then he runs a fly pattern up the right sideline. Although right now they're going to deploy him as a slot left, and Carson Arone's going to go under center. And Carson Arone going to hand it to Dunn, and Dunn is going to be tackled with authority right near the line of scrimmage. Again, Runco and Rocco Buffone, son of
Rocco Buffone on the stop, no gain.
Tim Buffone, who was inducted into the IEP Sports Hall of Fame, if you missed me saying that in the first half. So 3rd down and 8, that didn't really fool anybody, did it?
They've had no luck up the middle all game. And he wondered, I know the thinking there was to maybe get him moving to the motion, but that didn't happen.
They have a couple of 300-pounders, too. Arone throws over the middle. Deegan Fedoric takes it for a 1st down, spun down at the 41-yard line. Nice toss by Carson Arone, and good pattern by Deegan Fedoric.
Yeah, he just a little crossing pattern. Fedoric did a good job of catching that ball, wobbled a little, but he caught it. Boy, it's a big 1st down.
They're heading right toward the 1974 team in the south end zone. They have some yardage to navigate. 56 or 59, or no, 54 to be exact. They're at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Carson Arone, shotgun snap. Pocket collapses, throws downfield, and it's intercepted by West Shamokin's Aiden Osterling. And the Wildcats turn it over as Osterling cut in front of the intended receiver, Riley Koba, and the Wildcats turn it over, although there's a flag back upfield, and Chris Garitano announcing it's going to be roughing the passer. I don't know that we have that on the replay. I'm looking on our replay monitor in the booth, and our camera had shifted downfield, of course.
And that will be enough yards for a Wildcat.
That saves the day. Let's see here. We're on the replay monitor, and we do have Carson Arone throwing, and then, yep, you can see it.
He got popped, yeah.
Popped pretty good.
But Homer has not had the better of these penalties. This one, though, was huge. This puts them in 4-down territory. They still need to find a way to get their running game going, though, Mark. If they can't rely on the pass the entire time.
Well, they've had success with Arone, who's over 100 yards rushing. So the football to the West Shamokin 39. Carson, play action, boots to his right. Looking, nobody open. Great coverage by West Shamokin. So Carson Arone is hit by Hunter Wingert and driven out of bounds. Another short gain to about the 37-yard line. Carson Arone does not shy away from contact.
No, that was a hard hit. Could have jarred the ball loose. Young on, these teams are hitting something.
This is the 9th all-time meeting between these two teams. If you missed our pregame show, the series is tied 4 apiece. Homer Center won the first 2 in 2016 and 17. West Shamokin took a turn of winning 2 in a row. And then Homer Center in 20 and 21. And the last 2 have belonged to West Shamokin. So if you go by that, it's Homer Center's turn. For Wildcat fans, that's what they're hoping for. And now we have a whistle and a timeout going to be called with 7.6 seconds left.
Center.
Greg Page did not like the alignment or misalignment, if you will. We're going to keep it right here in our S&T Bank broadcast booth, People Forward Banking. At IRFC at Chestnut Ridge and Blairsville's UrgiCare, they will fast-track you and get you quick access to their team of medical experts. Highly trained and ready to treat all minor injuries and illnesses, IRFC at Chestnut Ridge offers the full spectrum of UrgiCare, 7 days a week from 8 until 8. Enough with the waiting game. You can count on IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville, where you get in, get out, get better. Part of the IRMC family, better health, better life. Checking our out-of-town scoreboard, already a final. Marion Center 41, Purchase Line nothing. End of, says end of the fourth. I guess that would be a final, unless it's going to overtime, but you wouldn't think so with River Valley 47, Conemaugh Valley 13. End of the third, that was a Marion Center score. End of 3, Northern Cambria 28, Penns Manor nothing. Penns Manor has a brutal schedule the rest of the way.
They do.
United Valley over Portage 28-0.
Whoa, that's interesting.
Cambria Heights, Jared, score. Get an update. It might be on my phone, but I know they were leading big. 2nd and 7, they